man. If you took $1,000 bill.
It's a real one.
Oh, okay. No, I've seen
No, it's
them.
authentic.
I've seen. You want it? I'll tell you. How many of those would make up $1 million?
100.
No.
1,000.
1,000. Horseshoe in Binion's Horseshoe.
Right. They have $10,000 notes.
No, they have $1,000. Oh, maybe you're right.
It's 10.
They have some really. They have either one or the other. But yeah, they have $1 million in cash right there.
Right.
You can go get your picture with it. I think they're out of business now. Maybe not.
I never get on that end of the strip.
I do. We usually go down there. We don't stay there. Well, we haven't stayed down there.
Right. Okay.
My favorite.
1,000 million make $1 billion.
Yeah. Everything's in walking distance, although
That's
it's a
true.
mile to get somewhere.
That's true, yeah.
Last time we went, we stayed at something pretty far away from everything. It was it wasn't Sam's Town. It was
The new business
like one of the,
Wasn't Santa Fe,
North
was it?
Point.
no, it's one of the palaces. They call it like there's 5 of them. They're all owned. They also own Red Rocks, which is gorgeous. That's probably the nicest casino down there. God, I can't think of the name of it. They're all basically high rises, and they're off the strip, and they're off downtown. They're kind of spread out, but they're pretty close to everything.
Like South Point or one of those.
South Point I stayed at, beautiful.
I like that one, yeah.
Beautiful casino.
But I like that it's off. You know, it's not.
They've got one of her favorite lunch places is in there. It's a fish place. Oh man, does she love
If
it.
you have pain, you can't train. So I'm thrilled I discovered Salon Pass Life Century. This unique topical pain reliever contains 2 safe and effective anesthetics. Nothing is worth it.
It's funny going to Vegas to eat New York deli food.
Right.
Carnegie delis, you know, out there.
Right.
So you fly to Vegas to eat a corned beef or pastrami sandwich or something. It's
Some of the best chefs in the world
Oh, yeah.
work in Vegas.
yeah, yeah.
Are you from the East Coast?
Yeah.
Where about?
Long Island, Gold Coast.
I'm from upstate.
Okay.
We're upstate.
Binghamton, Endicott.
Yeah. And all you guys are New York.
IBM,
East Coast.
big when I was a kid back there.
Yeah, I need to get up there.
Nice place to be
my
from.
aunt worked at Ithaca Gun. Actually, I just got a call from a neighbor. I own some property upstate New York in a town called Wilseyville, pretty close to Camden.
Sure.
You know where Camden
I do.
You know,
Yeah.
it's very close to Camden. Yeah.
This is your.
Yeah, just a white piece of paper.
I was screwing around looking at real estate up around there, like up by Troy.
Drew, who should I start with?
Up there, it's crazy what you can buy.
Check this out. This guy I spoke to
Yeah.
But
yesterday.
property taxes is.
Oh yeah, no,
your mortgage.
Yeah, you
This guy that I spoke to
One of
yesterday.
my folks, you know, years ago sold their
Oh.
house.
There was a.
Because the house paid
Cool.
for it, but they're still paying $3,000 a month in property tax.
This guy I spoke to yesterday, there was a flood, so he wants to clean out the creek on my property, so it doesn't overflow into his property. Anyway, so he bought a piece of property right, it's 39.84 acres. 39.84. We're at $5,000.
Oh, no
way. I said, come on, get out of here. He said, yeah, there was a legal problem with it, so I just took the chance, blah, 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 blah. And then after everything came through, I was good, so I got $5,000.
You got
What did he buy?
5,000.
Did he buy a lien?
$5,000 for 39.84 acres upstate New York.
Did he buy a lien or something? Is that how he got it?
I couldn't hear him well. It was Adriana's birthday yesterday, so as I was talking to him, kind of breaking up.
Right, so that's good.
So
just wait on rent.
Yeah, but
Waiting
there's
for
got to be
a tax
something on the deal or
There had to
something.
be a tax lien situation or
Yeah,
something.
I just couldn't believe it.
Of course, it is New York.
It's beautiful up there. I love it up there.
Yeah. It's like bugs and humidity and slush that stays in the streets for about 5 months of the year.
You hope it's flush.
Yeah.
You know, half
I mean,
the time up there.
I
it's
love
so
where I
much
grew
worse.
up, but I wouldn't live back there if you.
Cars all rotted out.
Yeah, salt exposure is horrible.
That's the truth.
My one of my head techs at one of my shops lives in Wisconsin, and this guy can pull studs out of anything. I mean, there's nothing that he can't do when it comes to broken studs, manifold tags, doesn't matter. He's just amazing. Because that's not.
You gotta be good at it, yeah. Yeah. Nah, we'd sell the car before we changed an exhaust manifold.
Yeah, well, we do a lot of those. where, you know, all the trucks, they have I've seen Dodges have 8mm studs holding manifolds on, they pop crazy.
Oh, just like these
Stormy
Explorers.
back east, we wouldn't even try to.
Oh, yeah.
Exhaust manifold.
Oh, I'm sure you guys have seen them where there's no thread left, all there is like this little thing on the thing. Yeah.
When we go to pull a transmission of Explorer, I tell the guys, just get that torch and heat up all those exhaust bolts before you put a socket on them.
Troubleshooter show.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. You guys know what we do. It's Car Day! And I love Car Day, but I gotta tell you something. Here is what we do. We solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. My goodness, we get directly involved with your life. We try to make your life better. And we've got this big, gigantic spotlight. And we shine it on the bad guys out there, the cockroaches. It's funny, when you shine a big spotlight on a lot of people that are bad guys, they run away. They don't want to come on the air. They don't want to talk. So if you've been ripped off in any way, we want to hear about it. That's what we do. In fact, we take it as a challenge. We've got some of the best people on staff working for you, working to make your life better. It's that simple. Here's how you participate. Ready? 303-MARTINO. And that number works on and off the air. You can use that number when we're not here. Leave a message. One of us will call you back. We'll get the story. We'll get you set up to get on the air. And, of course, 303-MARTINO comes right to the station right now. 303-713-8255. As always, I'll let you know when a line opens up. As I said, it was Car Day. Ready for this? We've got some great people in. Some great people in today. Mark Machowski, Budget A1. Welcome, 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 Mark. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing great. You know, you also shine the spotlight on good people.
Oh, my goodness.
And that is
Referralist.com.
awesome. Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate that. We do that, and we do that all the time. In fact, we get a lot of kudos for people we advertise for constantly. There's a new face here. Bill Hawker with Hawker's Automotive. Bill, where are your shops? Where are you guys? You're way up north, right?
I do. I have one shop located in Fort Collins and a new location that's just about a year and a half old in Loveland.
And what do you guys do? Everything, all makes, all models, pretty much everything?
General automotive repair. There's nothing that we don't do. And our niche is the exhaust, custom exhaust, muffler work. So that's kind of our little...
That's your deal.
Yeah.
Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, Mark. Happy Friday.
Hey, oh, man, it's been a long week.
Totally.
It's been a long week. I mean, honest to goodness, it's been a long week. We got back from vacation, and the week has just been insanely long. I'm still on a different time.
Complaining coming back from vacation.
I have to complain. I didn't get as much sleep as I was supposed to. Hey, I've got a question for you guys. So each of you chime in real quick. When do people start getting their coolant done? I mean, the weather's definitely turning. I've lived in Colorado since 91 or 92, and I'm telling you, this weather is turning. I bet we see snow by, what do you guys think? I'm thinking the 15th of next month.
Nah, this is just a taste. We're not going to see it for a while.
Okay. I don't know, man.
You know, Mark, any time of the year is a good time to always get your coolant checked. Not only for leaks and pressure check the system, but for the pH levels in your coolant system.
The pH levels.
The pH levels.
Yeah, it's too acidic, you have problems.
Always, any time of the year.
We had a call yesterday, guys. It was a pretty good car call. This, I forget what the dealership was. Dan, get on that mic real quick. Who was it?
Are you talking to me?
No, I got Dan. Larry H. Miller did some work on this vehicle. And, okay, the coolant's what made me think of it, but here was the bottom line. So, tell me what you guys think about this. The coolant was put in the vehicle by a different shop, okay? There was a technical bulletin out on the check engine light coming on. Her transmission would go into limp mode, okay? She had the coolant done at a different place. Somehow the coolant on this vehicle was tied in with the transmission as well, okay? And I'll have Dan tell you what kind of vehicle it was in a second. So, when she brought it in, because the transmission keeps going into limp mode, the reason it was going into limp mode, I guess, is it could have been overheating. But there was a technical service bulletin out on it, and it said, check the fluid first. You know how these go. Do this, do this, do this. So they checked the fluid, and the pH was off, the mixture was off, and it was overfilled. Those three things, if you repair them on that TBS or on that TSB, that technical service bulletin, if you repair them, then it should be okay. So ultimately, they repair it. They drain it, they fill it, they set it at the right levels, and X amount of miles go by in X amount of time. Not a lot, but a little bit. Meantime, it starts happening again, and she needs a transmission now, right? That is correct, right?
That is correct, yeah.
So now she actually needs a transmission, but in between that time frame where they fixed it and it worked for a little bit, it went out of warranty. That sucks. So we're trying to help her out, but it was a Nissan, wasn't it, Dan? What was it?
It's 08 Altima.
08
2008
Altima.
Nissan Altima.
Jeez, I'm shocked at, it must have had a 100,000-mile warranty.
They
10 years.
extended it. They extended it.
Oh, because of a different issue.
Right.
But it was
because of the CVT transmission.
But it was a factory warranty, right?
That's right.
Okay. So what do you guys make of that? I mean, don't you think they should be handling this, either Nissan or the dealer?
Absolutely. I think that because the transmission went into limp mode is because it's overheating. I don't necessarily think it had something to do with the coolant.
No.
But I think it's because of a transmission.
It was
issue.
overheating, but it's because the coolant was
it was too weak.
It was right. No, it was too strong.
Or too strong.
Almost all cool there. So in order to do it,
the mixture was way off.
They got to get the coolant correctly.
Okay.
And how is it tied to the transmission?
Well, there's temperature sending units inside the transmission.
No. But how does the coolant in the radiator cool the transmission? Through a cooler line?
Through a tranny cooler, yeah.
Yeah, there's a heat exchanger inside the radiator. So it's a separate cooler inside the radiator that the antifreeze circulates around.
Okay, listen, I want to talk about this one. We're going to touch on this. We're going to touch on this cancer patient a few times during the show. His name's William. How old is he, Suzanne?
I think he was born in 54. Do the math. I have 60-something.
We'd be here a long time if I started doing
so
that.
So it'd be 66.
So he's got stage 4 colon cancer, I believe. Here's the deal, though. He was staying in a place, and the guy decided to sell the house. He was paying $1,500 a month. He has a job. He has the income to do that. Our goal is to find him a place today to live, okay? So if you know of a place, either an apartment or a house, preferably Arvada, is this correct?
Up north. But, Mark, here's the thing.
Go.
William can afford a place to live.
Yes.
He lost his savings last year because he was out of work for a little bit being sick in the hospital. So he can't afford the down payment on an apartment. I don't know if we plead for a room that he can maybe rent while he saves up money for an apartment or for a down payment on an apartment. Daphne is going to take his dog, so he's not having to pay these high-priced kennel,
the
fees. So he can start saving up some money to get a down payment for an apartment.
And he says, let me bring him up. William, how much can you afford per month? The $1,500, did I have that correct?
Right. I've put money down on an apartment just to hold it, but once I got the down payment in the first month's rent, I'd be fine. My income would afford that.
Did we call that apartment complex? Have we talked to them, Suzanne?
He has been talking to them, and they are trying to hold on to the apartment as long as they can to see if we have success.
Well, how much are they looking for? What's the total amount, William?
$3,000.
$3,000, and that's 1 month, and then security.
And security
Correct.
deposit, plus a prorated week or something. But William, he can't stay with his daughter. They're in a one-bedroom apartment. He needs a bathroom, Mark. He's got colon cancer, and his digestive system's a wreck.
So, listen, here's the deal. So, anybody out there, here's what we'll do. We're going to attempt to match through our donations we've had and some money that Tom and myself and Suzanne have. If we can raise $1,500 today, or more would be great, honestly, because we try to help people out. Let's try to get this guy the $3,000. If we can get half of that, we'll figure out how to get him the rest internally. So if we can get that, but listen, we vetted this guy pretty well. I am very hard on people like this, and William, don't take this personally, but we've been duped so many times, I can't even tell you. I helped out a woman, and I've got to tell people this, though, because if they listen to the show for a while, it's just a reality of it. A lot of people try to dupe you. And one of the ones that has really stuck with me for a long time, I helped a woman out. We even got her kid a full-blown scholarship and ride to a college, okay? He's a football player. In fact, he's awesome. They didn't want that, which is fine. Kid wanted to go somewhere else. No problem with that. We paid for a hotel for a week, and then after that, we found her a permanent basement to rent that was like a mother-in-law apartment. It was more of a second house, and it was a basement. She was sneaking people in and running a brothel out of it within about a month and a half's period. So we had another one. Tom talks about this one a lot. He did this one on Channel 4. This one's incredible. He goes to interview her. It's right around Christmas. She's homeless, and she's pregnant. Well, guess what? She duct taped a pillow to her belly. She wasn't even pregnant. And this was unfolded on Channel 4. You got to imagine that was a pretty good one. It just never ends. How about the homeless person? We had a
homeless lady who needed a car.
Who needed a car in order to get
so she could work.
So she could keep her job. Her car broke. So she said she had a car, it broke, and if she got another car, she could keep her job. We found out this. 1, she didn't have a job. 2, she didn't have a driver's license. She didn't have a driver's license. It's incredible. So here's what I'd really like to do. I'm going to put William on hold. We're going to talk about William a few times, but please, we generally never, ever, ever ask for this kind of help. We get a lot of people calling all the time. The best way, I promise, he is vetted. This is the real deal. He's here. His ex-wife, I'm not going to use the B word, but in my opinion, that's what she is. She's a horrible human, in my opinion. Go ahead.
Mark, just one more thing.
Yes.
So Ken from Haney Freightways, who is suffering from the same cancer as William, has paid for William's hotel through next Wednesday, so we have a little time to get this guy help. Please email us at help@troubleshooter.com, listeners, if you can help.
Yeah, so honestly, this one, I don't think I've ever asked for donations before like this, ever. This is the real deal. He does have enough to continue to pay his rent. He had a place for $1,500 a month that he was there forever. It was a house, and the guy sold the house. The guy, sold his house, so therefore he can no longer stay there. So please, help@troubleshooter.com. Now, saying all that, my goodness, we have lines full. Free that line up, Suzanne, line 1. Beverly's getting threatening emails. Ed is going to have a follow-up on a Jiffy Lube problem. This one's interesting. I believe the vehicle was under warranty. He's saying Jiffy Lube did something, didn't do the filter right or the oil. We'll recap, but the engine blew, and they're saying it's not warranty, it was Jiffy Lube's issue. And then Heidi's got a utility bill issue. We're going to dig into that and a lot more right after this.
Was that they overfilled it, or what was the deal with that? Tom had called me. He was saying that if they, or Tom asked that if they overfilled the engine, could it cause the rear main seal to leak? And I said, I don't see that. I mean, it only depends how much they.
I'll get them all in.
I think that was at Christian Brothers, and they took care of it.
I'll do them all in the last 9 minutes.
I think the pressure, that's what it's going to be. The pressure.
They said, irregardless, they were going to take care of it.
No, I think you're right.
But to try to prove that, I don't think they.
You fired off budget, though, right?
It's like another guy called, said they overfilled the oil in the engine and seized up his motor.
Oh, come on.
It was a quart, it was like a quart over or something. It's like,
I had an old timer come to my shop 15 years ago, and he literally had it filled up to the valve cover. It was it was an old 3/8 old Cutlass, and he didn't know. Probably 90 years old. And it literally was filled up, so it was full.
So, Kevin, let me ask you this: if you overfill an engine, let's say it has a one-piece rear main seal.
It can't generate more pressure. That's the myth. That if we overfill it, the pressure goes from 40 to 200. It can't.
You mean oil pressure?
Yeah.
Right. No. Oh, right. Because
if you get a weak rear main, you get a weak rear main. It's not going to affect.
Right. Because the oil pump has pressure and volume, so
it has pressure through the internal components.
Right.
Not pressure in the entire crankcase.
And if there's too much pressure building up in the crankcase, that would be vented out by the PVC valve.
You got a check valve for the oil pressure.
What the PVC valve is what?
I had a car once, Mark. This young gal bought a new car, and she was determined she was going to take care of it and everything else. And she looked in the owner's manual, put the oil between the 2 dots. She didn't realize that the dipstick fell off. The 2 dots were the rivets. So this dipstick is this long.
Oh.
Okay, this poor girl.
Special dipstick.
just exactly what the book said. Keep it between the two dots.
That's classic.
It was like a little 1 liter or something. I forget, Geo or something. This was years ago. We drained 18 quarts out of it, maybe.
Oh my God! So what if the
And it was fine.
PCB system is
But it was
plugged?
fine. Okay.
You just mentioned.
Well, PCB's plugged, it'll blow out, possibly a gasket or something in the upper. It's just to crank the ventilation.
I wonder on that last thing you talked about, the training and the coolant is, the old Jeeps had where the radiator would leak the coolant into the tranny and the tranny
Nissans
into the
are real
coolant.
bad for that.
Well, I wonder if that's related to the one he's talking about with the.
I think to me, it was just the coolant mixture. If it's, could cause it to overheat.
Yeah,
But the whole thing about
really surprised.
drive your car overheating. If your car's overheating, get it fixed.
Well, they always, say, well, how many times did the red line? No. And then 2
Well,
days
shut it
later,
off every
someone
time.
else tells you, yeah, I packed it about 4 times.
Yeah. No, every time I got in the red, I stopped.
Yeah.
How many times? Every time.
Yeah, when it dinged, I pulled over finally.
Every time that noise started, I pulled over and shut it off right away.
Colon cancer runs in my family. I was going to say this. When
I thought if you got, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong ones, but if you get rid of any polyps,
right,
you can't get it. Period.
That's correct. So if colon cancer runs in your family, what they say, doctors, whatever, starting at the age of 50, you should have your colon checked. And I'm due for it because I did it right at 50. I haven't done it for a while. But, here's the sad thing about this. If you do that, it's all preventable.
That's what I'm saying. If you have polyps and you get rid of them, you can't get it.
That's correct. That's right. Yep.
Yes.
Well, you should get the
It's all
rotor
preventable.
every 5 to 10 years. You should get it.
Yeah. But if it runs in your family,
You probably just like it.
So here's you want to know what I did when I had mine? I took a $20 bill. I fucking taped it on my ass.
Get out of here.
Cheryl's like, no, this is embarrassing. Don't do it. I said, no, I got to do it. So I took a little Ziploc baggie, I put a $20 bill in there, I taped it to my ass, and then I told them, I said, listen, let's see how long it takes me to fall asleep when they inject me, with the stuff to fall asleep. I said, I'm going to fight this. It's not going to happen. Watch. And she said, oh, really? She said, are you ready? I said, yep. Out. I was out.
Yeah.
So when I woke up, they were all laughing at me. They were all laughing. I said, lunch is on me.
It would have been funnier if you put it in. Hey, there's a $20 bill in here.
Yeah, I said, lunch is on me. Do a good job.
Gerbil.
All right, 303-713-8255. Simply Floors Inc., simply the best way to buy flooring. They'll come to you. They have designer services if you want to use them. They'll save you up to 40% off the big box. Yeah, go shop Lowe's, shop Home Depot, shop whoever you want. Then call Simply Floors Inc. Actually, go to their website, simplyfloorsinc.com. I've known Buddy Mitchell a long time. We have the best carpet ever. We have Shaw Life Proof that Buddy sold us, installed in our house. This carpet is incredible. It's got I want to say a rubber backing, so nothing goes through it. So if you ever have to steam clean it, nothing gets into the padding. Nothing wicks back up through. It's the coolest stuff out there. But go to simplyfloorsinc.com, simplyfloorsinc.com, and check it out. All right, let's go to Ed. I want to do this follow-up. Ed, what happened? Explain real quick on the Jiffy Lube. You got an oil change at Jiffy Lube, right?
Correct. I got an oil change at Jiffy Lube on 9/13.
Got it. So not long ago at all. What happened?
2 days later, the engine seized up while my wife was at Northfield trying to do some shopping.
Let me ask you this. What kind of vehicle is it?
This is a 2012 Hyundai Santa Fe.
Oh, wow. So you have, you got at least a 10-year powertrain warranty.
Correct. I had a 10-year powertrain warranty, and I only had 79,000 miles on the car.
Okay. So 79,000, 2 days later. Now, who looked at this? Someone looked at this for us.
Oh, have we had people look at it?
Didn't Al Aramis look at this over at Pro Auto?
Yes, he did.
And everybody verified the engine was seized, right?
Correct.
Why did it seize? Did anybody verify that?
Okay, according to Shortline Hyundai, the engine seized because of the service work at Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like they put in, they put in
at least 1.5 quarts, 2 quarts of extra oil.
Oh, too much oil?
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, help me here. That seems like a stretch, but they're saying it's short line. If I call their service department up, they're saying that's why the engine went.
And that's why they say they're not covering it under the warranty.
That's very bizarre. That's very bizarre the more I think about it. Guys, chime in on this.
I don't see how it could I don't see how that could cause it.
I thought he was going to say under.
Under, yeah.
And then I'd say, well, didn't you see the light come on? But over, it's not going to come on.
The car so far, Pro Auto, we had the car, first of all, I had the car towed home.
But hold on a second, though. Listen, I dig. None of this makes sense, though. Hold on a second. I want to try to do this. Suzanne, or Deputy Dan, do me a favor. Go in there. I want to get, who said that, Arapahoe Hyundai?
No.
Shortline. I want Shortline service manager to verify that. He actually said the reason they're not going to cover it is because it was Jiffy Lube's fault that they put in 2 extra quarts.
That's what he said.
I just can't. Do you have that in writing from him?
No, I just talked to him yesterday.
If they're really saying that, I'm amazed. Is there any way, guys?
How many miles after Jiffy Lube changed the oil did the engine seize?
200.
200 miles, and it was over full. It almost sounds like, to me, the oil pump failed, lack of lubrication, which seized the engine.
But overfilling it cause the oil pump to fail?
No, I don't see that. Kevin?
Do you guys?
No, I was just telling them a story about a customer came in with 18 quarts in her car.
18 quarts?
18 quarts.
And we drained it. Cadillac, whatever?
No, it was a little car. We drained it out, smoked for about an hour afterwards, but it was fine. A quart and a half, I don't see how.
So it can't build up more pressure? No. I'm trying to think outside the box, because now Shortline Hyundai just changed hands, I'll tell you that. It used to be Shortline. Well, it still is called Shortline, but it was bought by another group.
Yeah, Ralph Schomp owns it.
That's right. Something is wrong here. Let's do this. So, Deputy Dan, I want to figure out who he talked to there, because I simply have a hard time believing it. And then the second thing
I can tell you who I talked to there.
Who?
The technicians, the person handling it, his name is Manny.
Manny. So Manny is the one that told you that it was 2 quarts over, and that's why the engine failed.
He said because...
And they denied the warranty.
And that he denied the warranty.
Okay. Here's what needs to be done.
Hold on. Dan, so here's your marching orders. You're going to try to get Manny, okay? Hopefully, let's get Manny on, because I really do want to understand what the hell he's trying to say. The second thing is, I want you to call Arapahoe Hyundai, or I don't even know if McDonald has one anymore, but call another Hyundai dealer. I want to figure out if this is even feasible in any which way. And then, guys, let's talk forensics real quick. How would you prove what happened? How?
Well, that's what I was just going to say, Mark. What needs to be done to verify the cause of failures, the engine needs to be removed, completely disassembled, to see why the engine seized. Now, if the engine seized because of rod bearings or main bearings or bad pistons or rings, whatever, bad cam, that's not going to be caused by lack of lubrication. That's going to be caused by a mechanical failure. Could be because of bad oil pump.
Something is so weird. Ed, let me ask you one other question. Do you have receipts? Or can you validate that you've done all your oil changes? Because the other thing, you can.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Kevin, what do you think?
Believe this.
Why did that engine seize right after the oil change?
200.
I mean, there's no way to know until you tear it down. But a quart too much oil for an engine failure? No.
2 quarts.
Exactly.
Bill, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm in total agreement. I think overfilling wasn't the issue. I think it's coincidental that Jiffy Lube happened to just do an oil change, and there was probably something else already going on with the guy's engine.
I agree.
Something's totally nuts here. Ed, hold on tight, man. We're gonna keep following this up. Something doesn't smell right in this.
Hey, listen, and we've got lots of paperwork, because Pro Auto also looked at the car before we sent it over to the Hyundai.
Yeah, but no one's telling you.
Pro Auto say.
We still want to know what failed.
Pro Auto is the one that told me to send it to the Hyundai dealership, because they said it was under warranty.
Yeah.
And that it should be covered.
Yeah, but did they tell you, like, the oil pump went out? I mean, I realize they told you it was seized.
It was overfilled.
Man, this is crazy. I mean, it's no good they overfilled it. And honestly, here's the only good news for Ed. You know, it's either Jiffy Lube's issue, if there is something weird there, that they overfilled it, or they might deny they overfilled it, or it's Hyundai's issue. Someone's got to take this. This one's really weird. I had $59,000 on Suzanne's Santa Fe, and we had a little leak we saw in the driveway. She saw it a couple times. I brought it there. They said, oh, someone overfilled. I was like, yeah, whatever. I thought it was residual from the oil filter. Ultimately, I brought it someone on the referral list right before the warranty's up. I brought it over to Jeff Vick. He looks at it and says, yes, it's leaking right here, and it's a sealed unit. So I bring it back there. They had a new one in there within a week. I mean, they did everything. I'm shocked they just don't cover this. I'm shocked. Hold tight. Hold tight, man. So let's do this with Ed. Dan's got his marching orders. We have Ed's information, I hope. If not, Suzanne, grab that, and then we'll deal with that. Let's free that one line open, or free that one line up. Jeannie, or actually, I'm sorry, I got to go to Beverly first. Beverly, what's going on?
Well, I got an email from a support 25672 that claims they have a full back of my phone, which contains all my files, correspondence, browser histories, so forth and so on, threatening me that I have to pay him.
Oh boy.
$1,000 in Bitcoin.
Well, either that or Apple Care money or whatever they call it.
It's crazy. And of course, they have a link to click on, which I did not do.
God, don't do that.
But who would I send this to? Maybe they can check it out, because I'd like to. It's an email, right? Yes.
Yeah, I'll have you send it over to us so I can look at it. But the funniest one I saw, guys, this drove me insane, but it was real. I saw it. In fact, it happened to Deputy Daff. Okay, they sent her. It wasn't directly to her. It was either her son or her husband, somebody, or her uncle or somebody. And she showed me the letter or the email. It said, you know, I'm so and so, and I know what you do on your phone. I hijacked your camera about 6 months ago, and we know what you look at night, and we have video of it. So send us X amount of money, or else we're going to have to post all these things that you do at night while looking at your phone screen.
I got a scam alert.
Yeah.
It's the second phone call Scott has gotten within the last year.
What is it?
They claim they're with public service, that we didn't pay our public service bill, that they're going to shut down our utilities unless we pay them. And so Scott said, you know,
yeah,
let me just call you back.
That has been going on for so long. It's
really
incredible. We had one, Deputy Dan, remember this? They actually recorded the entire XL Energy phone map. So when you call XL, you've reached XL for this, press 1, for this, press 2. They copied every single one. So when you called, it was so real, it was insane. We actually started thinking, these guys are crazy. This is really XL. They really owe the money. But we called our contact over there. They're like, no, that's all fake. They copied the entire phone tree is how good these guys get. It's crazy. Let me tell you about Icon real quick. Icon Eye Care is incredible. Here's one of the things I love they do, okay? If you want to go in and you want to get LASIK, they have the best price ever. But you can get lens replacements like Martino did. These are incredible. If you have cataracts, you're going to have to get lens replacements anyhow. You can pretty much upgrade to these for a small fee. Call them up. You know, there's free appointments, but check this out. Instead of like LASIK, one eye is set far, one is set close, so you can read and see far away. What lens replacement does is there's like little, I don't even know how to explain it, there's like little tiny dots on these things. So you can actually focus both eyes far away or up close. Tom doesn't even need glasses anymore. Sometimes lighting messes with him, but that has nothing to do with anything. It's because I keep it so dark in here. But the lens replacement, if you have cataracts now, or if you're looking at LASIK, anywhere, like I said, they have the best price on LASIK. These guys do anything you can imagine with eye care. They're great, great people, and we've been talking about them for years. But if you're thinking of glasses, contacts, haven't had an eye appointment, want to get rid of your glasses, check out these lenses. It's absolutely incredible. So I'm going to give you the phone number, 866-GOT-ICON, I-C-O-N, 866-GOT-ICON, or iconeyecare.com.
I need to do that.
Do what?
The clear lens replacement.
I'm waiting.
I need to do it.
I'm waiting.
I want to get glasses.
I'm hoping.
About 4,000 per eye.
Yeah, it's about $8,000. I'm hoping they have better technology to where I can zoom in. in the next 4 years.
I've been saying the same thing about my bad knee for 3 years,
My
like
uncle
30
did
years.
that. Did you finally do it, or you haven't done it?
Still haven't done it. I'm waiting for the Star Trek kind of thing where they just wave that little over it and then, yeah.
I don't think the bionic eye is that far away. I don't know how, I just don't know how it would work, but an actual magnifier to where, I'm not talking for up close, maybe for up close as well, but for far away, you can literally like zoom in. Like if you, I don't know, if you do this, you can zoom in. Yeah, you put your tongue up, you zoom in, whatever. There's got to be a way to do it.
You know, that's
Or, wait, X-ray vision might happen.
Yeah, there you go.
I bought those last.
I don't think I want X-ray vision though.
Every little boy's dream.
Those scans, I get Ubisoft constantly, which is the software. I get, the IRS sends one out.
Yeah, they still have
I got one from American Express that I damn near clicked on. It was so good. Because it starts out where the replacement card you ordered is on its way, and I'm just like, oh, bullshit. It's like, and it looked good. I mean, it was
FedEx
perfect.
tracking number. Click on this to track your package, and you don't even have a package.
But those emails are funny because it's pretty. There's so many deviants, there's probably a 30–40% chance that there's somebody doing something stupid on their phone.
Oh, just like the robocalls.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 5 lines, and then they come on every line.
Oh, yeah.
What did I just do, guys?
Your business can go on.
You just do what?
God, I'm crazy.
I'm
staring at all these spots. I even followed up and talked about it and forgot what the hell I did.
That's the second sign.
One more way you can take your business beyond.
So my grandmother had Alzheimer's, but hers got really bad about 89, 90, and she died at 94. But she was like,
She hadn't lived that long with it, though. That's
but it was, the last 2 years is like literally in a bed. They don't eat. It's really bad. It's one of the worst ways to die. It's
I didn't realize you could die from it. I have a very close friend that he was diagnosed in February, and he was gone in like November.
Yeah, you don't even know to eat or anything.
You don't take care of yourself. You just.
Well, he had family taking care of him, but I mean,
that's how most people think of it. But when it is towards the end, the last year or so, so her dad had it and got it a lot earlier than what she did. Well, she probably had signs for a while, but it doesn't matter. It got really bad then. But they lived in upstate New York. I was born in Schenectady. They lived, they lived in New York City. And she had her dad, after he started getting bad, lived with him. So he would sneak out in the middle of the night, naked, walking around town. And the cops, this is way back when, 20, 30, whatever. The cops would pick him up and bring him home, but it got to the point they'd have to lock the bedroom door, and it was just crazy.
what a way to go.
Now, luckily, my dad hasn't had the issue yet.
See, my dad's dealing with dementia right now.
I was going to ask you how your dad is doing. I forgot.
We're still, going back and forth.
Good days, bad days?
No, he's just pretty much, he doesn't remember. He can tell you stories from 1959, but he can't tell you who he talked to on the phone.
That's the craziest part about it. It truly is.
And they're stubborn. He's 88, my mom's 82, and we're trying to get him to move out here from Florida and stuff, or something, And no. What do you mean no? We're not.
No.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
My brothers and I take turns. We'll get down there, check things out, make sure they're okay,
She loved going to the casino, so I drive to Phoenix once a year and spend a couple of weeks with her. And so I pick her up. So I did this probably 5-6 years in a row. So the last year I did it, I get up to the casino, and basically 2 things happen. It's right as they were switching slot machines over, so some would give you vouchers that you go cash in,
as opposed to the coins,
instead of real coins coming out. So I'm sitting there watching her. I'd go play poker. I'd come back over, and I watched her. I was going to check on her, and she left a machine that had a ton of quarters in it. I'm like, oh my God. And then I started watching her, and I started thinking, oh my God, anything she's done all day, she probably hasn't taken the money. Not the voucher, not the coins, nothing. So that's when I started realizing, oh my God, she's getting bad. She just has no idea. All All right, 303-713-8255. That's the number. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. That is the one number you need. Remember, 303 Martino works on and off the air. We're still trying to get some fundraising for William. Stage 4 cancer, doesn't have a place to live. He found a place. He does have income. He can afford $1,500 a month. He's got an apartment. He's passed the background checks we did. He does have income. I gotta really tell you that. So if we can help him out with the first month and the security deposit, $3,000 total, and what I'm looking for is people to help out around $1,500, and we're going to match it here. That's what we're going to do. We're trying to get this done for this guy. That is going to be, what are we doing for an email on that?
help@troubleshooter.com.
Very cool. Maybe some of our members, maybe some of our listeners. It doesn't have to be a lot. 10, 15, 20 bucks, whatever you can do. We can even take them by credit card, can't we, Suzanne?
Yeah, we can take by credit card. We can give you an address for a check. We can have you drop off cash. Please, anybody that can help this gentleman. It's really sad.
All right, 303-713-8255. Deputy Dan is in there talking to Hyundai or one of the dealerships. I'm not sure. One, we're going to figure out what's going on there. Heidi, what's going on with this utility bill? I hear her running to the phone. Heidi.
Hi.
Hi, what's going on?
Hey, well, you know, the situation is I've been a Colorado resident for most of my life, so when I noticed the cost of living going up, it's not a big surprise.
Got it.
What I did notice was a lot of people from my town complaining about the same thing, which is outrageous utility bills.
What town?
A couple months.
I think it's outrageous
Loveland.
Everywhere. Loveland?
We're in Loveland, Colorado, yeah.
Who is your electric company?
It's the city of Loveland.
Oh, the city of Loveland. You know about this?
I haven't noticed an increase, but you know, you get so many, you just kind of get used to them.
Yeah, and the funny part is with utilities, I think it's weird that the town owns it. It's probably not that uncommon, though, but you got to go through. They've got to ask for rate hikes, and they've got to be approved. And I assume the city would be the same way. So there's no competition, so there's nothing you can do about it, Heidi.
Right. That's the problem. The big issue is that we're all getting nailed with huge water bills, and most of us are, you know, living paycheck to paycheck, and we can't even afford to water our lawns.
Man,
I used to... It's from sprinkler leakage. I don't even have a sprinkler system. Last year, I had my daughter and her 3 pets living with me. I used 5,000 gallons of water a month.
Guess how much my water bill is?
The same month, 16,000 gallons.
Heidi, guess how much my water bill is? You're going to hate it.
$200.
You're going to hate me. You're going to hate me. You're going to hate me. Suzanne, how much is our water bill?
No water bill, Mark.
We don't have a water bill. How do you like that?
Oh, wow.
We have a well.
Yeah.
But,
right, but you have an electric bill.
But our electric bill's higher because we got to pump water all the time. But we have
When the pump goes out,
right.
you got to pay for it.
When we lived in Castle Rock, I would get so mad because we could only water like every 3 days. And they would send the water Nazis around. They'd give you one warning. If you watered anything after that one warning, it was like $100. But what drive me even crazier is that time of year, you can only water 3 days, so God help you if you water on the wrong day. But on top of that, the water rates go up like 120% or something ridiculous if you go over a certain amount. I agree, water is crazy. And we have so much water in Colorado. My God, we have the Great Divide here. All the water comes here. You know, why do we share our water?
People complaining, though, aren't even using water this year, you know?
Yeah.
We have dead lawns. I mean, you'd come to my house and see my dead flowers that are usually blossoming.
Be funny if the HOA came after it.
Oh, no.
Why don't you get turf? Get some turf. Just get the synthetic turf and call it done. Hey, I appreciate it, Heidi. There's nothing I can do to help you, though.
Strange. Me, as well as other people, they just happened to not be able to read my meter this month, so they did an average.
Yeah, they do
and
that.
And other people are saying the same thing, and they said they couldn't get to it because of my fence. It's right in my front yard. There's no fence.
Yeah, our meter was broke for a while. All right.
So, you know.
All right, Heidi.
I guess we're stuck paying it.
No, there's nothing you can do. I mean, I guess every resident could get together and threaten to leave Loveland. I mean, but yeah, it's not going to happen. Have a good
All
day.
Right, well, you take care.
You too, 303-713-8255. Mr. Dan, I gave you marching orders. I didn't see you march out of here. You
I was marching, baby.
Strutted or walked. So what happened?
No, Manny was busy. He was the tech that worked on it, so he's going to call back.
Oh, are you kidding me? Did you call a different one?
Didn't have time, but
call
I can
a Rapo Hyundai.
Yeah, I'll do that.
When you can. We've called over there
I'll
a few
start
times.
marching right now.
March! 303-713-8255. When I was in military school, oh my God, did I hate marching. I hated marching. I hated having to polish my stupid shoes. I hated having to polish Brasso, I think it was called. I hated Brasso. I still hate Brasso. I can still picture what Brasso looks like. Now, I found out, guys, about 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, I went to Carson Long Military Academy in New Broomfield, Pennsylvania. Broomfield. It's up in the hills. Absolutely crazy. They're shutting down, though. They're gone. I don't think there's any military schools. There might be one. I hear someone advertises for one in the building, but there's almost none left. I mean, they're a thing of the past. 303-713-8255. Brady, what's your comment on that Hyundai engine?
Hey, so I had an issue with my Subaru year back that my engine seized. Long story short, when I tore the engine apart, one of the bearings had failed. And my connecting rod actually literally started to weld itself to the crank. I mean, it was super impressive. And this Subaru is a boosted engine, so the dynamics are a little bit different. But I still had a full oil pan. So oil starvation can still happen and still cause your engine to fail even if you have oil in it. Maybe one of the oil galleys got plugged, or one of the systems that operate the oil pressure can still fail.
Yeah,
overfilling.
But wait a second, Brady. I mean, the main issue though was that Hyundai's saying they're not going to cover the warranty because it was 2 quarts over. Do you see any way that Jiffy Lube putting 2 quarts too many into his Hyundai would cause any of what you're talking about?
No, not at all.
Exactly.
That's impossible. It is impossible.
Well, I gave up the word impossible.
2 quarts less, I could see that.
Yeah,
but
well,
over,
of course.
No.
Yeah,
no, that's impossible. I'm a mechanic by trade too, so I can definitively tell you that's impossible. Something else failed.
Can you imagine really if you overfilled a car, you could be buying an engine. No one would do oil changes. You wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. Who would do it? Or oil changes wouldn't be $30-40. Oil changes would be like $180.
Exactly.
It's crazy. All right.
It really is. So I just thought I'd give you a little 2 cents. I had my engine seized, and it was due to oil starvation, but not to overfill or even underfill. Sometimes it just happens if something gets plugged or something like that.
Yep. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it, sir. 303-713-8255. One line open. Cam Solar. Guys, this is pretty cool. You always want, when you do an advertisement from somebody, you want the company to be good. We background. I mean, you guys all know what you go through to get on the referral list. But you also want to have a hook. In automotive, I used to do either a 1995 oil change or a free alignment check. When you do an advertisement, you also want a hook. Here's the hook for Cam Solar, and I love this. If you go to their website or call them, and it's gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. You can put in your address, or you can call them, and I'll give you that. And within 20 minutes, they can give you an evaluation of how much energy you can save, and does solar make sense for you? It's incredible. They have this software that goes on, I don't know if it's called Bird's Eye or something like that, but they log on, and it literally looks at your roof, and it can tell which way it's aiming and how many panels they can fit on and how much energy you can actually create. That's their hook, and it's free, and it's cool. Then they can give you an estimate, if it makes sense to get, on how much a solar system will be. And these guys are the real deal. They've been around. They were in Texas for a long time. They're still in Texas, by the way. They opened here in Denver a few years ago. They're killing it. They've got thousands of systems installed. Ready? 720-449-2935. 720-449-2935. GoCamSolar.com.
He wasn't the original owner.
This report is brought to you by Bossa Fitness.
Ed.
There's a few slow spots.
It wasn't transferable?
No,
Usually powertrain warranty.
No, the powertrain is transferable.
No, it's not. That's what.
Go right to Hyundai's site right now. But, I mean, that's a hell of a thing to leave out. We'll get them on the air. I mean, if that's why, that's a whole different deal.
And Manny said he told him.
I don't think he's right on that, though. Manny.
You know,
I think it is.
That one caller brought up a good thing.
On the 60,000 miles, you are 100% correct.
5 years 60 is what he discovered on
Not
the.
catastrophic failure, but it could have just been rot.
So here's the thing. No, wait a minute. I got to think about what he just said. 5 years, I have owned literally 15 new Hyundais. 5 years 60 is good for anybody, period, end of story. If it's certified and sold as certified, you still get the powertrain afterwards. If it's not sold as certified, you don't get the 10 year. So it has nothing to do with owners. It's got to do with, is it a certified one?
You buy it certified, yeah.
Yeah, and the only way you can buy it certified is from a dealership. Right. So if he bought it from a Hyundai dealership and it was certified, it'll be covered. You know what? He is screwed. I bet he is screwed, but please check on Hyundai's site.
5 years, it says right here, 10 years, 100,000 mile limited warranty. The warranty will be reduced to 5 years, 60,000 mile coverage if you sell the vehicle.
Now, here's something with extreme circumstances. If you overfill an engine...
Wait a second. Hold on. I'm sorry, Mark. So that's correct, right? Okay, so here's what we need to do. I want to get him back on the air. This is insane.
No, he did say because
No, I'm gonna freaking scold him for not saying this.
I bet you in between Jiffy Lube and the time, somebody added oil.
Well, I was thinking about that too. But,
I mean, even
here
if
in extreme circumstances, if you overfill an engine, Mark, what happens is when the piston comes down from the cylinder, it hits that oil really hard. It could cause a connecting rod to bend. In some extreme cases. But here's what happens. It causes foaming in the engine oil. And once that engine oil foams, and it gets into the rod bearings and main bearings, it'll seize. Right, but here's the thing. How do you prove it's been foaming? Because when the engine seizes, it'll foam. Well, no.
But you have to prove first that the crankshaft is actually sitting in the oil causing the
My biggest issue right now is he left this out. We wasted our time.
Here's the other thing. He said because it was already said that was overfilled. He said Pro Auto said that, and it was smoking and knocking. That's what he said. See, Ed didn't tell us any of that.
No. So I want to get him back on. Tell him, hey, we've got a great update.
Okay, I needed to ask Pro Auto.
You know what else, too?
What do we even care with Pro Auto?
Because he said, Manny said Pro Auto put on the report that it was overfilled, it was not.
Okay, then let's see if we can get Pro Auto on to talk about it.
It's overfilled a lot. When the piston comes down, it's hitting that oil. It's hitting that oil, causing that aeration.
Well, the crankshaft is what will cause the aeration. The lobes on the crankshaft are down below.
Right.
So that's what would cause
Was it aeration or was it
not
coolant
the
in the oil?
hitting the oil?
No, because I think the piston would hit. The crankshaft would be in the oil before the piston.
Yeah, was it
Oh, the
aeration?
piston's not going to hit the oil.
Was it aeration or was it coolant in the oil? I'm just saying. I don't know where the aeration or the where did the milky oil come from? I didn't even hear that.
Was it milky oil?
I don't think it was milky. No one said milky.
You said foaming. You said foaming.
Foaming.
But who said it was foaming?
Nobody.
No one.
Oh,
That's what I was going to say.
The
How are they going to
only way overfilling can cause it is if it does aerate the oil.
Yeah, but how are they going to prove it's foaming when the engine seized?
Never heard of
the engine would just sit there and that foam.
Aerate oil. You know,
yeah, but what happens?
Have to act like a blender in the oil.
Yeah, but I've never heard of that.
But all those air pockets, once the engine shuts down, those air pockets are going to work out of the oil. You're not going to see any foaming.
There's so many anti-foaming additives and stuff in the oils. I mean, it's unlikely, but
I've never heard of that being an issue. But I'm new.
Yeah. Remove the engine, tear it down. You'll see.
I've only done this for 40 years.
You'll see.
So we'll do that. I want to do that update and talk to him again next hour.
I get so many stories. You talk about.
Well, this is a perfect example that if you're right and you didn't tell us that, and I'm sure these guys have seen it. They only tell you a certain amount of encounters.
All right, listen. This is so cool. This is so cool. Big Bear Flooring. You know who they are? Have you guys ever heard of them? They're on our referral list. He's been around forever, and they're great. They do hardwood, carpet, tile, granite. We don't do a lot of commercials for them. I get nothing but kudos from them, and this isn't a commercial. You know why I'm talking about him? He just donated $300 to William. Is that correct, Suzanne?
He is an angel.
He is an angel, and we went out to dinner with him. Him and his wife, like, how many? That's been a while.
She's a doll.
Oh, they were great. They were a hoot. We had a really good time. We went to the Yard House.
The Yard House.
We really did have a good time with them. Thank you. Thank you for that $300 donation to William. We're getting close to it. Anything anybody can do, we sure appreciate it. But Big Bear Flooring, seriously, tile, granite, and granite meaning the flooring only. Hardwood, carpet, they do it all. They do it all, and they do it great. They've got lots of great reviews. You can find them on referrallist.com. Their phone number, if you need something done, is 303-933-6827. I felt the need to do that because that was such a generous donation. I appreciate that. 303-933-6827. All right, let's see here.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, ma'am.
Real quick, we have a few listeners who want to hear about Delilah and her storage problem.
Oh, an update on that one. That's good. You know what we'll do? We'll do this. Watch how I do this, guys. You ready? This is going to be a tease. Wait till you hear the update on this. It's crazy. Here's what happened with this storage unit. I'll tell you what the call was about, and then I promise I'll get back to the phones. But here's what the call was about. They were on hard luck, couldn't afford to pay for their 2 storage units. They had 2. And this was in, where was it? I want to say Rocky Ford, but that's not right. Where was it?
I don't really know,
Firestone, I think. Somewhere like that. Something with an F in it. I don't know. So
Drew says Johnstown.
Johnstown. Thank you. I have Johnstown. There's no F in Johnstown. You sure? I just said there was an F. You're positive. That sucks. All right. So I called up, or she calls up, and here's what happened. She couldn't pay it. They gave her plenty of months. In fact, she was very apologetic, said the woman that worked there was just doing her job. But ultimately, they auctioned off the 2 units. We have no idea what they bought it for. All she wanted out of these units, you know, they had furniture. It's 2 units. They had a lot of stuff in both units. But all she really cared about was photo albums, maybe a stuffed animal that her kid liked. They have little kids. That's all she wanted back. So I'll tell you what's going on with that coming up. 303-713-8255. Jeannie, what's going on with you? And thank you for holding.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Go.
All right. I had issues with Echo Summit Real Estate Leasing Company.
Echo what?
Echo Summit Leasing, or Echo Summit Properties. That's what it's called.
Are they in Summit County?
No.
Okay.
They're in Denver.
Okay. So what is your problem with them?
Moved in April 20th or 22nd, somewhere in there. Had a problem with one of the toilets and called. Was told couldn't do anything over the phone. Had to go into their portal and file a complaint. Okay,
hold on. Those portals can be very... I've got some thoughts on that, but hold on. I'm going to bring you back up. You'll be first after the break. 303-713-8255. Don't forget, live at Troubleshooter.com. And don't forget 303-MARTINO. That number works on and off the air. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. I'll let you know when the line drops off. Hang tight.
People have asked me, Tom, where do you get BioT? They've heard me talk about BioT. BioT is really a way to optimize your hormones, not just testosterone, but estrogen and some thyroid issues. Plus, they do other age-fighting therapies, including cosmetic procedures. They do microneedling, Juvederm, Botox, Kybella, Revitalize Health. And the important thing about the Hormone Bros is they do everything by blood testing. 720-361-2302. So many people have called and said, Tom, I know you do this, the pellet therapy, the most natural delivery of hormones. I know you do it. You don't have to ask me anymore where to go. Go to Revitalize Health. They're 3 brothers, cool guys, great guys. They work together as a family, so I call them the Hormone Bros. I just think it's cool. So that's how you can find them. TheHormoneBros.com. Revitalized Health, HormoneBros.com, or TheHormoneBros.com, 720-361-2302. All of the therapy you need to stay young and healthy. HormoneBros.com.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Protests outside the U.S. Supreme Court. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
I believe that we will win.
As a Senate panel prepares to hold the first vote on the president's Supreme Court pick later this hour.
Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh appears to have the votes for a favorable recommendation in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Republican Jeff Flake, who was undecided, has said he will support confirmation. And other committee Republicans say it's time to move forward.
There's simply no reason to deny Judge Kavanaugh a seat on the Supreme Court on the basis of evidence presented to us.
When Chairman Chuck Grassley set the afternoon vote, Democrats objected. Some even walked out.
We have done a botch of an investigation.
Rhode Island Democrat Sheldon Whitehouse says no vote should happen without testimony from additional witnesses. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The Democrats still calling for an FBI investigation. Republicans say that wouldn't change what was heard in yesterday's hearings with Kavanaugh and Christine Ford, who accuses him of sexual assault in high school. Several Republicans saying this morning they believe something happened to Ford, but they don't think Kavanaugh did it. The Tesla chief is hiring lawyers preparing to fight a complaint from federal regulators over a recent tweet.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk could be barred from being an officer or director of a public company for life after the tweet claiming he lined up funding to take the company private. The Securities and Exchange Commission says Musk's misleading statement caused significant market confusion and disruption. The government claims Musk came up with a price, then rounded it up to $420 after his girlfriend said the number 420 was significant to marijuana smokers and it would be funny.
Fox's Ginny Cosola. Tesla shares have been down over 12% today. Wall Street elsewhere, stocks higher. The Dow is up 25 points. Fox News, fair and balanced.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates.
I'm the sales director.
I'm the
sales director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right for you.
I'm a sales director with an MBA, over 10 years experience, who's also fluent in Japanese.
With Indeed, you can add screener questions for a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates.
Arigato.
Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Noted author, former chief medical correspondent, and Salonpas user Dr. Bob Arnott.
The human body has billions of pain receptors. Block those receptors with the anesthetics found in Salonpas Lidocaine Plus, and you'll have relief. Salonpas Lidocaine Plus contains 2 anesthetics, including the maximum strength lidocaine available without a prescription. They numb aggravated nerves for effective, lasting relief. For relief, try what I use, Salonpas Lidocaine Plus.
In the silver box with the blue wave.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Areas of drizzle, then partly sunny with high in the mid-50s. Tonight, partly cloudy and low in the mid-40s. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high in the mid-80s.
Shop Lowe's for buy one, get one half off Valspar exterior stain, signature interior paint, or Duramax exterior paint with mail-in rebate. Offer valid through 10/3. Excludes mist tints. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Exclusions apply while supplies last. See store for details. U.S. only.
For those of us already sold on stem cell therapy to relieve pain and avoid surgery, there are still vital decisions.
How it's done, what is injected, and who it's injected in makes all the difference in getting good results versus no results.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Confused by all the stem cell advertising? I was too, until I did extensive investigation.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Centeno, and I'm dedicated to giving you the real facts about stem cells, avoiding the hype.
Dr. Centeno was the first physician anywhere to do stem cell therapy in a clinical setting for arthritic conditions.
A woman wrote us stating that she was housebound, and now she's out traveling the world and hiking and doing all these things. She had tried a stem cell therapy down in Texas. It wasn't a real stem cell therapy. It was a fake stem cell therapy. She ended up coming to us, and we were able to get her back doing what she loves.
Yes, unfortunately, some people do come to Centeno Schultz Clinic only after spending thousands on fake therapies, amniotic fluid masquerading as living stem cells.
Quick injections of dead tissue and claiming it's a live stem cell therapy.
Don't make the same mistake.
People hate tow truck drivers. God, it's one of the biggest
So they
pet
need to
peeves.
be ungreen.
Boom, see, 30 years ago.
Boom needs to be green.
And then,
Towing.
then we hit all 3 on the main when we're on the radio.
I just
to, and
figured
they
that
need
why
to
not
not
get
be
in a
green.
business that makes
Blue
money
needs to be
24
green,
hours a
and then
day
those
instead of
three
just
not
9 to
need
5.
to not be green.
I was really good friends with the tow truck driver when I had a,
So then when
we
we
had
go back,
one
you
good
light
year,
those back
ago,
up
like
and
92.
unlight those.
I worked for my dad for maybe, God, man, I lasted with him like a month. But we just never, we couldn't get along ever, let alone, but whatever. His name was Tom, and I can't remember his last name, but he was with TNT Towing. Oh, you know him? He was a good guy, man. How do you know him? You really do know him?
I know the name.
TNT.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had, yeah, Tom with TNT.
So I talked to Al. Al also says he can't see. Someone had to show him too much oil would do it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What?
Well, he's verifying, yes, there is too much oil, so what? That's
Right.
what he's saying.
That's
yeah.
what Al
Okay,
said.
let's get him back on. What's the guy's name?
Ed?
Let's get Ed back on when you can. We've got an update on that Hyundai.
So here's the other thing is, they left the receipt in there, too much oil on that, and he said, go ahead, go to Hyundai, they should warranty it.
Did you look up so we're 100% correct on that warranty deal?
Yes. And Manny told me, I looked it up, and Manny
When it
told
comes
me
to
they should shut the oil out.
It has nothing to do with the oil there.
No, but Manny had also said that they probably wouldn't warranty it either and stuff.
Manny shouldn't even say that.
Well,
because he doesn't
Manny's an idiot.
Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints, get directly involved in your life you've been ripped off, taken advantage of. This is the only show for you. 303 Martino. If you're sick of politics, if you're new to the show, we don't do that. You know what we do? We get involved. We go after the bad guys. We try to recoup money if you've been ripped off. That's what we do, and it's Car Day. Every Friday, we have great people in from our referral list at referrallist.com. Today, Mark Machowski, Budget A1 Transmissions, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, and we have a new referral list member, Bill Hawker, Hawker's Automotive. These guys are up north. They're in Fort Collins. We struggle to get great businesses up in Fort Collins. We started advertising, guys, a referral list everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And I said, you know what, let's run some stuff in Fort Collins. And I forgot we just don't have a ton of companies up there. But we've gotten some great ones in the last few weeks. So if you've checked referrallist.com before and did not see somebody in Fort Collins, we have them now. Referrallist.com, some of the best people out there. So I'm going to bring Ed up. Ed called last hour and said, hey, man, I got, in fact, my memory is that of a steel trap or something like that. We had an oil change done at Jiffy Lube, and I believe he had it done on 9/13. So not very long ago whatsoever. 2 days later, the engine seizes up. And we all talked about it. That's pretty hard to believe, right? Well, no, that's not. It's pretty hard to believe Jiffy Lube didn't do anything, okay? That's the first thing. I will say that. It is pretty strange that 2 days later, if you guys do an oil change, separate question, and you see sludge, you know, you drain that oil and it just looks bad. Do you usually write that on the ticket? Do you try to cover your ass, in other words?
Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
You have
Absolutely.
to. So you would think Jiffy Lube would at least say something if it was so bad and knocking and there was already issues. So they're not getting set up. And Jiffy Lube in general, we haven't had a negative call on them. They're mostly franchises, but I don't think we've had a negative call on them.
I think all in all, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think so too, and they're quick. I'd never want to do fast oil changes. But anyhow, 200 miles later, a couple days later, seized up. He brings it over to Al Aramis on a referral list at Pro Auto. Al says, hey, it's 2 quarts overfilled, and it's definitely seized up. I mean, he didn't tear the engine down. He just told him, get on there, Dan. He just told him the obvious. Oh, it was.
Yeah, he says knocking.
It was just knocking at that point.
Right.
It wasn't seized.
That's what Al said, yeah.
Okay. Al says, hey, bring it over to a Hyundai dealership. He ends up going to Shortline. Bring it over there because it's under warranty. It's less than 10 years, less than 100,000 miles. So this guy, Ed, gets it over to Shortline, right? Right?
Right. He took it over to Shortline.
Manny looks at it. And Manny, here's what Ed told us. Ed says, Manny, you're not going to get a warranty because it's Jiffy Lube's fault. They overfilled it by 2 quarts. That's what Ed said. Right. Ed, do I have that all correct?
Yes, sir.
You do. Okay, so Manny told you the reason they weren't going to warranty it was because it was 2 quarts overfilled.
Right.
See, here's the funny part about this. You know, Ed, it's not just you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is sometimes. People leave out so much stuff. So either I have someone, Manny at Shortline, completely lying to Deputy Dan, or you left out a very big chunk of this story. So do you want to share any more information yet?
Nope. Like I said, the car went from my house to Pro Auto.
Yep.
Pro Auto confirmed that it was overfilled.
Yep.
Plus, Jiffy Lube sent somebody to my house by the name of Dimitri.
Okay.
And he verified that the engine was overfilled. But still, because it was under warranty and because I'd already heard that knock, it seized up on Sunday, and by Monday, you could at least get it to knock, because originally the engine seized up altogether.
Deputy Dan, what did Manny tell you?
So, Ed, are you the original owner?
No, I'm the second owner. The first, I bought the car. I was the second owner. I bought the car from Larry Miller.
Larry H. Miller. Was it a certified car?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
What did Manny say?
Manny told me that because you were the second owner, that's why it wasn't under warranty.
Did Manny tell you that, Ed?
No, he did not.
Okay, so Dan, here's the issue. This is why I never know. Because at first I think this guy's leaving out very relative information. But now, Manny, what's going on with this? I
don't know there.
Well, okay, then who do we talk to over there? He's a technician, right?
He's a tech, right.
Let's get the damn service manager on over at Shortline.
Okay.
I mean, this is crazy. This information, it's either under warranty or not. In fact, do this. Once again, here's what I really want. Ready for marching orders? Here's what, hold on, Ed. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get his VIN, and I want you to call Arapahoe, okay? Tell them who you're with and say, hey, can you tell me if this is under warranty or not? They will know by the VIN number if there's a warranty on it, okay?
Right. I'll call Larry H.
Let's do that. Before we do anything else on this, let's see what the hell's going on. Because now I'm getting different stories from everybody. It's madness. Steve, what's going on? Oh, wait, real quick. Marlon, what's your comment on that overfilling?
Yeah, the reason that overfilling is a problem is the oil level gets up into the crankshaft. The crankshaft churns and goes, I mean, it's running at, thousands of RPMs a minute.
Yep.
Take an egg and put it in a bowl and try and suck it through a straw. Then beat it and try to suck the foam through a straw. Once you get that oil foamed up so bad, it will not transfer through the oil pump, so items, they lack lubrication.
I don't know about 2 quarts, though. I could understand if it rolled in with, 20 quarts. I don't know how big these pans are.
It's possible. You don't know what the clearance is.
Actually, I agree with that. We were talking about that during the commercial break about foaming and what that does and what that causes. But how do you prove that?
Well, you only prove it by looking at the bearings. You can see whether they've been scored, scalded. You can tell whether they've lacked lubrication. So once it's torn apart, you can tell that.
We got to figure out if it's under warranty first. I mean, we're back to ground zero on this whole thing. Hey,
true, but let's say whoever changed the oil, they drained the oil, they didn't put any oil in it, and then they pulled it out of the shop. They heard the rod knock, and then they added oil to it and said to the customer, "Come on and pick it up."
Yeah, we're going to stay on this. Hopefully by the end of the show, hey, thanks, Marlon. Hopefully by the end of the show, we can at least know if it's under warranty. And if it is under warranty, then we're going to figure out why the hell Manny is telling Dan it's not under warranty, and he's saying that it's Jiffy Lube's fault because it was overfilled. We got to have someone to go after. I don't know who to go after right now. Jiffy Lube or Hyundai? I don't know yet. 303-713-8255. Jeannie called up, said, hey, man, I've got a problem with Echo Summit Properties.
This is me.
So you're in an apartment, right?
No, it's a house.
So you're in a house, but you rent the house?
Correct.
Okay, and you have a management company, Echo Summit Properties?
Correct.
What issue are you having with the house that they're not helping with?
Well, we'll start with the toilets.
What's wrong with the toilets?
They flush randomly.
All right, so they probably need a kit.
Probably.
Okay, so you put in the request, and how long ago did you put in the request through the portal?
April 24th or 26th.
And they still haven't done anything?
Oh, there've been 6 people out, 4 professional plumbers, and then 2 people from Echo Summit staff.
Okay, so what's going on, though? I mean, you can't tell me...
Nothing. The toilets are still randomly flushing.
Well, okay. I mean, what do you say? What have they done to fix them?
Hello?
What have they done to fix them, Jeannie?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, damn it.
Okay, I don't know. We'll try to get her back up. I mean, my God, I thought I was in a Verizon commercial for a minute. All right, 303-713-8255. One line open. John, what is going on?
Hi, Mark. How you doing?
I'm doing great, John. How are you? It sounds like you have an issue with a vehicle.
Yeah, so back on June of this year, bought a 2017 Chevy Silverado.
Nice.
From a dealership, and it was disclosed that it was a loaner and had about 3,300 miles on it.
So they were the dealership itself was a registered owner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we took delivery, and we noticed that it was at 50% on the oil change, which don't quite understand. I guess it just doesn't go by mileage anymore. But so it was showing 50%, and I took it in for the free oil change that the salesman said to do.
Okay.
And when I did that, I forgot to write down the mileage. And about a week or 2 later, I called back to get the mileage to put down into my maintenance.
John, my God, I don't care what you had for breakfast either. What's going on here?
Well, the reason I give that is just because I just called back to get the mileage.
Okay.
And in that discussion, I've learned that the car was damaged. It was part of a.
You mean before you bought it?
Pardon me?
Before you purchased it?
Yes.
And how did you find out? I'm curious.
Well, that was part of my phone calls. I won't go into. It was multiple phone calls just to find out the mileage.
No, but I mean, did they tell you it was damaged?
Eventually, yes.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
There's more.
I know there's a lot more, but I got to do something first. I got to pay some bills. Hold on, I'll get you back up. And then Suzanne's trying to work on Jeannie, getting her back up. Rocky's Autos. This weekend's coming up. It's supposed to be pretty nice. 80s, you guys were saying. If you're looking for a used car, Rocky's Autos. Listen to me. If you're looking for a used car, Rocky's Autos. Put them on the list, and I mean that. Go shop on Colfax, shop through Craigslist, shop at the other dealerships, but put them on the list. I beg you, put them on the list so you can actually get a great deal. They've got lots of lenders to choose from, better pricing, better trade-in values, no pressure. The essential elements of running a good dealership, product, price, and process. Get down to Rocky's, put them on the list, Rocky'sAutos.com, Rocky'sAutos.com, or 303-426-4646. They're open Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Check out their website, check out their inventory, but regardless, get to Rocky's.
Let's see.
This is going to be tough one.
Which one?
Well, they've already put it in the computer. I'll go find out if it's still under there, because they got a computer that's overfull and not.
That doesn't matter. What we need to know right now is it under warranty? And why is Manny telling us different things than what Ed is saying?
But if Hyundai backs him up, he has a good case against Jiffy.
Yeah. Well, yes.
So that's the thing. So one or the other is going to have.
But he said he's got to have 11,000 there. We could do a tear down for $825 or something.
Where?
Tear down of the engine.
Well, he's going to have skin in the game at some point. There's no doubt about it.
Has an insurance company. You know.
Yeah, but they're not going to pay the. What they're going to say is, okay, if it was our fault, you can prove it. We'll pay for it. Yeah. If it isn't, you're going to end up paying for the tear down and the inspection.
That's true. Just lack of lubrication is not automatic to an overfill.
No,
it's possible, but it's not. You know.
It seems very, like I said, if most vehicles, if you overfill them, this could happen. That's crazy. It's crazy. It's a horrible design flaw in that vehicle.
Warehouses where you're just a number, or you can go to.
Yeah, we Google that. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
Just find out if it's under warranty. Here's the other thing that could happen.
What, foaming, bending the connector?
Listen to this one. If he bought it from a dealer, a Hyundai dealer, that I wonder what dealership.
No, he said Larry Miller. Is he still on there? Ask him. That's what I was going to.
Designer countertops and cabinets.
Hey, what dealer did you buy it from?
And quartz and other natural stone. Artistic, skillful, and affordable.
What's it called? Larry Miller what? Hyundai?
They are fabricators, the ones who turn natural stone into beautiful works of art.
Okay, hold on. It wasn't a Hyundai dealership.
So it could have been certified.
It wasn't certified.
No.
If they sold it to him as certified, then there's a problem. But they wouldn't do that. Why?
Did you see where it was at? Which one? I'm going to call them up.
He bought it from Larry H. Miller.
Right. Which one?
I'm going to ask him on air because he just told me it wasn't a Hyundai dealer. He didn't know. He thought maybe Nissan. But think of it. It doesn't matter which one. It's not a Hyundai dealer.
Well, I was going to call them and just see if it's okay. So we got to call up a Hyundai to see.
You got to call Rapo Hyundai and make sure it's not under warranty. Make sure it was certified.
Okay, so it's overfilled 2 quarts. Take the engine out, you take it apart, main bearings, rod bearings, whatever is seized. Now what?
I don't know.
Small claims court. What else can
That would be,
well, if it's under warranty, Hyundai, but it's not looking that way to me.
Well, Hyundai could say, no, it's Jiffy Lube's deal. I don't care if it's under warranty. Jiffy Lube overfilled it with 2 quarts. It's their deal.
Yeah, but like you said, okay, fine. So you're saying if there's enough evidence to prove that, then sure, it is their problem.
Right.
And what are they going to owe them?
Another engine.
Yeah, they're going to owe them a used engine with 80,000 miles on it.
Right.
But if he has the backing of the manufacturer saying the science behind this is legit, and this, it's going to be hard for the insurance to argue. So
yeah, but when Dan talked to him, they said it had nothing to do with being 2 quarts over. It's not under warranty.
That's my next point. If he can get him to say that, because Manny went further and said if it was, we wouldn't warranty it either. So if he can put that in writing, that causes this, and this is a known effect of being over. I mean, something from Hyundai, That's all he needs. He doesn't need to do tear down. He doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to have that.
Yeah. I was just thinking too many people sucked out 2 quarts. Yeah, that's right. The money received.
But he doesn't have a warranty, so Manny had no skin in the game. It's not warranted. He doesn't push it out. He don't want it. Because who's going to spend 10, 12 grand on Hyundai to put a motor in 2012?
Oh, you'd be crazy. You have someone else do it. You can get a used engine in there for what, 3 grand maybe?
Yeah. 3, 4 grand.
V6 and a Hyundai, probably more.
Yeah, up to V6.
Well, Santa Fe most likely V6.
Yeah. It could be the 4, but yeah.
We picked up what? A used engine, what? $1,000?
From Stadium or someone or LKQ,
LKQ.
1,500 with a 30-day warranty or
another
something.
1,500 to put it in.
The only problem with it doesn't happen a lot, but I've definitely been burned buying some used engines.
Yeah.
You get them in and
something over the weekend.
they knock.
Internet's an amazing thing.
You're putting it in.
Using oil, smoking.
Anything from Rock Auto.
Rock Auto.
Yeah, it's a lot of cheap stuff, but
No, if you have time to work on it and you can wait for the
Yeah.
overstock stuff.
my problem is though I tried to return something and it was the biggest fiasco I've ever done, and then you only get credit. I still have the credit sitting on my counter.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Rock
so
Auto.
you can't talk to anybody. There's no way you'll get a person's voice
A used
in
motor?
any way, shape, or form. Rock Auto.
A used motor's $3 grand just for the motor.
Oh, wow. That much?
From who?
LKQ.
Is this me?
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
Joseph A. Lazara, the best criminal attorney you could ever hire. I love Joseph A. Lazara. I hope I never need him. But here's the reality of it. If you've gotten accused or if you were drinking and driving, you call Joseph A. Lazara. You need good representation. It can change your life. If you shot somebody, and I'm not kidding, if you're in a dispute and you get arrested for anything whatsoever, or if you've been accused of any crime in the state of Colorado, Joseph A. Lazara. He's got some of the best connections out there. He's got respect with the judges. He's got respect with the DAs. And I'm going to tell you something, and this is not kidding. When you have that kind of mutual respect between a great attorney like Joseph A. Lazara and a judge or a DA or the assistant DAs or everybody, even the court clerks, when everybody knows everybody and they respect each other, you're going to get a better deal. I'm sorry. That's just the fact of life. Joseph A. Lazara. You can check him out at lazaralegal.com, but I'll make it easier for you. Go to referrallist.com and just start typing in Joseph, or you can give him a call
303-429-6200. Don't try to go at it by yourself. I don't care, oh, it's just my first DUI and blah. You can lose your license. In fact, you probably will lose your license. And if you get in enough trouble, it can be a felony now in this state. I think the third one's a felony. I'm not positive about that. But he does specialize in DUIs. 303-429-6200. Joseph A. Lazare. Write it down. Put it in your purse. Put it in your wallet. Put it in your glove box. Put it somewhere. If you need any help with any crime, Joseph A. Lazare. 303-429-6200. Roger's got a comment on this Jiffy Lube deal. Roger, what's your comment?
Hey, Mark. Congratulations on taking your wife to Hawaii.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I used to work for Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, which is based in Hawaii.
You know, the one thing I wasn't going to bring up the vacation, but the one thing, first of all, the North Shore is just gorgeous. I would never stay in Waikiki. No way, Jose.
No way.
But
no.
The tent cities are amazing. They're everywhere. And there's so many homeless. It's crazy. It's like where I live, we really drive slow in our neighborhood because deer are everywhere. I'm terrified the homeless will jump out on the street there. I'm not kidding. There's no joke there. But the tents, when they say tent cities, they'll camp under the bridges by the public beaches. In fact, every beach in Hawaii is public. Even in front of a resort, anybody can go to the beach. Now, they might not be able to, they might have to walk the beach to get there, but here's my point. They'll go to where the public beaches are that have restroom facilities, and they'll pitch these tents, and my God, there'll be 300 tents and 600 homeless around this beach and under the bridges. It's a pretty sad deal there. I mean, it is. That's the only thing I did not like about Hawaii.
The reason for my call was because of the controversy with Jiffy Lube.
Yes.
You guys seem to get a lot of complaints.
I haven't had many from Jiffy Lube in a while, but we've had some good ones in the past. But what's your comment?
Yeah. But anyway, I have a 2018 Hyundai Elantra. I bought it from Shoreline.
Yep.
I don't like going to the dealer to do the oil change because they make you make an appointment.
Yeah, I know.
And then
Plus,
they
they could be far away.
An hour and a half to 2 hours. And blah blah blah.
I know.
Whatever. So I go to Jiffy Lube. I'm in and out in 30 minutes. I go to the one in Islip in Quebec.
Okay.
And sometimes I go to the one in Islip in Buckley.
Okay, and maybe sometimes you go to the one in Castle Rock.
Right.
Okay.
But the deal is, my experience has been each and every time the technicians they pull the dipstick out after they worked in your car. They pull it out.
Yes, they open the hood.
They wipe it off.
Yes.
They show you where the fill line is.
Oh my God, Roger, please, what is it?
Fill line. They put it back in there and pull it out and show you that it's full.
Okay, so you're saying that they did it properly.
They do.
Well, at least they did with you. Yeah, I know. Okay, you know what? I joke around, but actually that's a good point. I wonder if that's part of their checkoff list.
Wonder if they checked, Ed's. And
which might explain why I haven't had an oil out from a Jiffy Lube caller in a long time, because there was a time frame, man, where there was all kinds of issues with Jiffy Lube. There was undercover stings on these guys, but I haven't heard any of that for a while. Yes, Suzanne?
Mark, Ed says that his Jiffy Lube did not go over everything with him.
Okay. That was good. But, hey, I do appreciate that, Roger.
Okay,
that's a good comment, man. Not bad. I'd be curious if we sent someone in there, if that particular one. The problem is you never know if it's the same employee. Did he just forget that one car?
That's a good policy, though, if you think about it.
And we're still, Ed, I know you're listening on the helpline. We're still trying to figure out if your vehicle is under warranty. I've got a big problem with this, Ed, because, and I'll bring you back up real quick, and then I got to go to John, Ray, Steve, one line open, 303-MARTINO, 303-713-8255. Ed, as far as I know, and I'm almost positive, I'm 99% positive, if you don't buy, you can't buy a certified used Hyundai from anybody but a Hyundai dealership, which would tell me you do not have a warranty on yours because you told me you bought it from a non-Hyundai dealership.
Correct. It was. I purchased it at Larry H. Miller Volkswagen in Lakewood.
So then it probably wasn't certified is what I'm saying. So you wouldn't have a 100,000-mile warranty.
Well, they told me I did at the time I purchased the car.
Do you still have the paperwork? Can I look on it? Because if it says it's certified,
I'm able to find it. Yeah, that I didn't pull because I didn't know it was going to be germane. But
well, it's a big time germane.
Go ahead.
But here's what we're trying to figure out. So we've got three things at this point. We got the Jiffy Lube screw up your car by overfilling it. We've got, do you actually have a warranty on your vehicle on the powertrain? And then the third one we got, if you possibly were told, and on the invoice it said certified, but it's not because it wasn't a Hyundai dealership, then we have a whole different issue. So we've got three different issues here we're working on. So just hold tight. Deputy Dan's in there. He might have an update here in a minute. Meantime, who do I got to go back to here? John. I left off with John. You got an update? Don't tell me what the update is. I tease.
I'm teasing.
Okay, good. He's teasing. All right, so, John, you purchased a vehicle. You bought a 2017, what was it, a Chevy what?
Silverado.
Chevy Silverado. You bought it from a dealership that they used it as a loaner. It only had about 3,000 or 4,000 on it. Then right before we went to the last break, we established one thing. We established that you found out through different conversations with them there was damage on the vehicle, and I'm assuming you're going to say they never told you about the damage. So if I'm correct in all this, great. I want to ask you this question. If I'm wrong, stop me. But the question is this. What damage was it? What kind of damage?
Well, the first record they have was from hail damage, from a hailstorm.
That's big.
The second part of that was that as a loaner, it came back and there was over $10,000 damage in parts and labor.
Okay.
To the left front end.
When you purchased this, though, you purchased it as a used vehicle, correct? And now I'm not talking about the manufacturer's warranty. I'm saying you did purchase it as is.
Well, it did come with the remaining warranty in place.
This is curious. I am very curious. Your argument is they didn't disclose it. You didn't really see it. I don't know if your argument... It sucks. I'll tell you this. I would have liked to have known.
Mark, they're required to disclose.
It's a used vehicle.
By law, they're required to disclose.
Damage or, I mean, the bottom line is it was an accident and not disclosed.
Wait a second, though. I got to ask Kevin this. And Kevin,
I work with a lot of dealers, and anytime they do repairs,
but it's a used vehicle. How about if I trade in my car and they sell it to someone and they had no idea the damage was there?
They can't disclose what they don't know.
It's used because it's of the mileage.
What dealership was it?
I'd rather not say right now. I'm just in conversations with them. I'm just trying to figure out the diminished value on this when it comes to like a resale of this.
Does it show up on the Carfax, or did they kind of do all the work and it never? They
said it doesn't. It does not. I tried on my end, but I have to buy it. I was avoiding that at this point, but if I have to, I will.
This is crazy. Hold on a second. I want to call. I want to see if we can get Jim Janicelli. Jim Janicelli. I've got this question for him. Let's see if we can't get him on. Hold tight, John. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? The more you say that, Kevin, I agree, because you're right. On something they just traded in and sold, they wouldn't know, and generally they'd look at the Carfax and you'd be able to tell.
He said it was a loaner also, so they had it when it was damaged.
Yeah, I'd love to see his
Well, they had it and they fixed it.
In fact,
they did the repairs.
Before I go to break, hold on. Hey, John, can you do me a favor? Do you have the actual invoice or your paperwork right there? Can you take a picture of it and email it?
To me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, John.
Okay. Yeah.
You talking to me? Yeah, can you do that?
Yes.
All right, I want to see that. Hold on, because I want to share that with somebody else. Hold tight, man. 303-713-8255. House Modern. It's actually spelled different. H-A-U-S-S Modern. It's a German word. But if you want to see one of the most beautiful showrooms for new kitchens, baths, and closets, you know, they do flooring and cabinets and countertops. We're talking top-notch, the best out there, House Modern. Their showroom is on Santa Fe in Louisiana. It's basically 1298 South Santa Fe. The owners are married. They're from Argentina, Eric and Evelyn. They're wonderful people. These are high-end things. If you're looking for the best of the best of the best, go visit their showroom. It'll blow you away how beautiful it is. Give them a call, 720-325-5040. 720-325-5040. It's House Modern. You can find them on the referral list. Just start typing in even house spelled the normal way. But these guys cater to upper, middle, high-end customers. It's top-notch stuff. They have some of the best brands out there as well in their appliance center, like Viking and Whirlpool. These guys are the real deal. Ready? 720-325-5040. 720-325-5040. Go to housemodern.com. Find them on the referral list. They're great people with some really cool stuff.
This.
They have a tracking number for a referral list, I assume.
You know that guy that called about the brake stand? You know, we set up like a Monday, Tuesday for him to, you know.
Romero.
Yeah. Jermaine Romero. So he stopped in yesterday.
I'm killing these.
And
I'm almost
like,
done.
I'm just so confused about what everybody's telling me. I just want my money.
Oh, you're
And
kidding me.
it's just like, so he's coming in next time, you know.
He is a bastard. This Romero guy with the brakes, he set him up for 2 appointments. It was prime time, 8 o'clock.
Well, the first one, 8 o'clock, he called at 8 o'clock, said he can't make it. The next one was the next day, Tuesday, no show.
Yeah, no show.
So then he went to Pep Boys yesterday, and they told him this, but then he called the dealer, and the dealer told him this, and then he just like, I just don't trust anybody anymore, so I just want all my money back. And I'm like,
No, don't really thank you for not.
Yeah.
This the guy with your place? He leaves
We put
shitty
brakes on.
messages in our phone.
Yeah.
He wanted all of his money back after you did the job.
We did the job. He wasn't happy with there was a noise coming from the brakes or something.
With the cheaper brakes.
So he had it done at Aurora. He wanted to come to Lakewood. So yeah, just bring him by. We upgraded the pads, put him on.
And he's good.
I think so, but...
Oh, but he wants a refund?
Well, now he's complaining because he thinks that there should be no dust whatsoever, and he's seeing too much dust. And then there's a noise.
Would you put organics on it, or what?
No, ceramics. You know, it's the gold box Napa ceramics.
Right.
I don't know what else you could do.
Right.
No,
So he said there's
too
too
much
much. I gotta
brakes.
wash the car.
But he's calling Dan complaining about us and, you know, this and that. So we set 2 appointments he misses, and then comes in yesterday just like, I don't know what to do anymore. You know, I just want my money back and do something different.
No way, Jack.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
No. And he leaves the shittiest messages on ours also.
Really?
He's just a bastard.
I think in that case, bring me my
How do you know he doesn't have a file?
I would ask him to bring my product back. I'll give him the money back on parts.
He might say
I'm
first
not giving
order,
labor
but
back, but I'll give
hey,
you
I think you guys are supposed to help me. You know, that kind of.
Right.
No more excuses, no
And then,
I'm only at the final.
oh, he says it's almost like new brakes. It feels like it's metal to metal.
You can work it out.
And then he said on the rotor, he can feel a scratch in the rotor.
Well, the guy at Pep Boy said the rotors are fine, so.
See, this guy,
You know, if you go to 9 places and get 9 different opinions,
but
and
the
this guy,
game, right, but he said Pep Boys had no skin in the game. He said the rotors are fine.
I respectfully request
This
that
guy.
you allow me to show you our firm's
This is
You
what we
guys,
do.
this is what we should do with a referral list is when you get a bastard on.
Oh, I always say this.
They're always going to be a bastard.
Right, yeah, put those people's names on the little list.
Right.
I get your name first, sir, before you
I
write the
think
check.
that-
Oh, you're on
he
the.
puts a ton of miles on this car. Don't just cars.
Boy, Capless is advertising like mad.
Everywhere, every station, 850, 710, 630.
And who's Capless?
He's not on air anywhere, is he?
have to worry about leasing.
That was a pretty good show when it was on, him and Craig.
I like Craig.
I like Craig. I like him. Even though I agree with him 90% of the time.
No, he's in your face a little bit.
Well, not he's in the face. He won't change his opinion.
No.
If it's CU or if it's Catholic, man.
I still remember when who was it? Dr. Laura came on for a plug on his show, and he laid into her. He disagreed with the point she made. He just wasn't.
Jim, it's Jim Janicelli. What's the question? And then I'm going to get him on the air.
Dealer sold a loaner vehicle that they loaned out while people had warranty issues, only had 3,000 miles, did not disclose that there was hail damage and other damage. How do we figure out the diminished value? What would he suggest?
Remember my T's. My T's do.
What's your T's?
I can't tell you to tell on the radio.
I already teased that storage up there. I got all these teases out.
Now we're forgetting what we're teasing.
You're teasing just like
I'm
Stormy
just making up
Daniels.
teases.
You tease more than Stormy Daniels.
I'm teasing up like Stormy and her crock-pot
What's his
attorney.
name? Cabinetti or something? What a...
Hey, that judge you guys know, he's been in a gang of raping people for 10 years.
Oh my God. That's so ridiculous.
So you want to know?
He actually, I don't know if people realize this, but because of that idiotic woman in him, they made the other ones look crazy.
The third guy kind of...
He's supposed to run in 2020.
That's cool.
Looks like they're going to vote. I think they're voting any minute.
Are they voting to vote or are they voting?
They're voting to vote to vote.
Oh, that guy's a jerk.
They're voting to vote, baby.
All right, Genesis Total Exteriors, I'm going to lay this one out. It is so simple. If you need virtually anything on the inside or outside of your house, these guys rock. Mark, I was almost going to say Machowski is the owner, but he's next to me. Mark Shemansky is the owner. He's a great guy. He helps us out all the time, but he does everything. Listen, siding, windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks, everything on the outside. The inside, how about a new bathroom, a kitchen, a basement? This guy's great. Give you a free estimate. Give him a call if you need any work done. When it comes to contractors, you got to find a good one. Mark's been with us a long time, and we simply don't have problems. In fact, I won't say that. We did have one problem with him, and guess what? He took care of it instantly. So I don't know what else to tell you. 303-679-8509. 303-679-8509. You can find them at referralist.com. Just start typing in Genesis. Simple as that. Okay, we've got a lot going on here. So here's the deal. We're going to run it down like this. We're still dealing with Edit Shortline, and I've teased an update on that a few times. So let's just do it right now. Deputy Dan, is his vehicle under warranty or not?
So I called over to Larry H. Miller where he does it. It's Larry H. Miller Volkswagen. And I talked to salesmen there, and they say they do not certify anything but Volkswagen.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, they can certify it in their own way, like we did a 50-point check, but it's going to have nothing to do with the warranty. So the bottom line is this. Let's finish up with Ed. Now we have a direction. Ed, you do not have a warranty. So, and if you don't have your paperwork saying that it is a certified used Hyundai, there's nothing we're going to do about the warranty side to it. So the only thing we've got going for us right now is you're going to end up having to tear that down. I would not have that dealership do it. Well, actually, how much did they want to tear it down?
$800.
I'd do it then. That's not, guys, that's not horrible, right?
Very reasonable.
Plus, you're going to have a dealership be able to tell you what caused the failure. Now, that's the main part. You got to make sure if they tear it down, they're going to be able to tell you what the failure is. Then you're going to have a witness if it was because it was overfilled. Then we can go after Jiffy Lube if they don't want to pay up.
Gotcha.
That's exactly what I do. You have no warranty, though. That's it. I already knew that because you can only get a certified Hyundai through a Hyundai dealer. You can't do it any other way.
I did try, after talking to Dan, I did try to pull up some paperwork.
Yes.
And I do see they sold me something called Total Care Auto Protection, but it is not from Hyundai. It is from Larry Miller.
So it's an aftermarket warranty.
Correct.
Now, wait a minute. Go ahead, Dan.
You need to go Larry Miller then.
This is getting even crazier. Oh, you just pulled it up. That's why you didn't tell us. What does it say? How many thousands miles? Do you have the paperwork on the warranty you bought? It's like an onion.
I'm looking at right now. I didn't even know it existed until I
How much was
the
it?
Original sales paperwork.
How much was it?
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, tell me, because I'm curious, and then I have a whole new way to go on this. I mean, my God, is there anything else you're leaving out? Like, I don't know, did it come with, you know, someone to fix it for free or something?
Yeah, it doesn't say that. It says drivetrain. It says drivetrain, how many miles, and it says, what does it say? Effective, 300. Looks like there was a $300 charge.
Oh, that's going to be a weird warranty for $300.
I'm looking right at it. Let me look.
Well, you got to figure out what that covers. Hold on, God, this guy has like been in studio with us. It was like one of the first calls, and we're still dealing with it. So, Deputy Dan, more marching orders. I need to figure out.
My feet are sore.
Just go talk to him. And basically what we need to know is, does he have an aftermarket warranty we can go after? But if not, the bottom line is this. And if you do have an aftermarket warranty, Ed, that does possibly cover what we're talking about, I'm going to tell you to get it out of there if you can bring it to any shop and get it to one of our guys, because they're going to be able to work with that warranty company, I think, a little better than what that dealership is. They might have a little more, you guys know what I'm saying, a little more tact in getting it covered. Let's put it that way. Now, I've got another update that we're going to do in a minute, but right now we have one of our experts on, Jim Janicelli, Colorado Springs Dodge. Jim, I've got a couple questions for you. What's going on, man?
Sure, no problem.
So, listen, this guy buys a 2017 Chevy Silverado. He hasn't told me the dealership yet. He doesn't want to tell me. He finds out after he purchases it, and he buys it. It's only got 3,000 miles on it. They used it as a loaner car, okay?
Okay.
So I assume they had it registered to them, so he would, I don't know if he's a second owner or not, but I don't think that matters with this. While they had it loaned out, it had $10,000 in damage in one accident. Is that correct, John? How $10,000, right?
Yeah, parts and labor.
So on a front end damage, right?
Yes.
So he finds out after he purchases it, there was $10,000 in damage done. This is all within the 3,800 miles or whatever it was. And he also finds out it had hail damage as well. How much was that? Did they have a dollar number on it?
Well, I did email you the information. It does have the name of the dealership and everything on there, but it was $800 for the hail damage. However, I was told that was kind of the lump sum, because it was, I believe it was all that around that time that it went, a hailstorm came through.
Okay, but regardless,
one deal. So it was $800 lump sum for a large majority of their vehicles.
Yeah, okay. So, but I see what you're saying, because they had numerous vehicles hit. I got you. So, but Jim, here's where this is driving me crazy. I'd love to know what dealership did this, but he bought a vehicle, 3,000 miles, gets a discount, of course, because it was a loaner, but finds out after the fact they never disclose this damage. So what do you do at that point? I say diminish value and figure out what the vehicle's worth, but how would you go about it?
Well, it's really quite simple. The bottom line is that in both cases, the damage from the accident and the hail, in both cases, if it's not disclosed, then the consumer has the right to just bring the truck back.
Do you want to do that, John?
Well, so they have offered two things. One is to buy the truck back and make me whole again. That's an option. Or if I decide to keep the truck, they've already offered $4,000. I'm just trying to figure out where, kind of the best option at this point. I do like the truck. The truck's running good. It looks pretty good.
Did you bring it to a body shop or somewhere to make sure it was repaired properly?
I have not yet. This is all kind of new, so I'm just kind of beginning all that stuff. But I do have a place lined up to do that.
I can tell you what I think.
Go ahead, Jim.
For me, it's really pretty simple. If they've already said, for whatever reason, we made a mistake, we'll take it back, we'll make you whole, then they're doing everything they can do. So that's number one. So now, the statement that he just made, I really like the truck. To me, now it's just a matter of him sitting down with them and negotiating.
Well, he said they offered him $4,000.
Yeah, nobody can put a dollar amount on what the diminished value is. In the state of Colorado, for instance, there is no diminished value. If you get into an accident, your insurance company is going to fix your car just like that truck was fixed.
No, Jim.
They won't give you diminished value.
Jim, your own insurance company won't give you diminished value, but if you hit me in your vehicle and I'm going after you, yes, I can go after diminished value in the state of Colorado. That I just know.
You're going to have a tough time. I've been there.
I'm not saying I'm going to have an easy time getting it. In some states, you simply can't get it. Period. End of story. In Colorado, you can't. You cannot get it from your own insurance company because you have a contract with them.
It's a battle. But let's go back to this case. As far as this case is concerned, no one can tell him
how much,
what the dollar amount is. I think the magic thing is it's going to be worth less when he sells it, but that dollar amount is going to go down every year. It's going to be worth less if he sells it next year than it's worth right now. But in 6 years, it's going to be worth a fraction.
But listen to this, Jim, I didn't even throw this in. It's not even on Carfax. At least he doesn't think it is, because they must have done it internally. So, therefore, you could even argue that if they repaired it correctly and no one can tell, and it's not on Carfax, there might not even be diminished value.
That's a true statement. The problem there is that he knows it. So,
that's true. He should disclose it when he sells it. But if he's a consumer, he can sell it as is.
He can. You're right. You're right. As a dealer, we're required to. But your statement is true. I think the guy, if he likes the truck, if it's been repaired properly, if the hail was repaired properly, they're already willing to give him $4,000. They'll probably give him a little bit more. They seem like, for one thing, they're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, so, they are.
Right, I agree. I would agree with that. They're trying to do the right thing, and that's why I just want to figure out where I stand.
Yep, Jim, I appreciate you coming on. I agree with you 100%. They got to figure it out. And I'll have another comment for you, though, Adam. But Jim Janicelli, he's a general manager, Colorado Springs Dodge. I don't care if you're in Denver. I don't care if you're in Fort Collins. I don't care if you're in Albuquerque. If you want the best deal, you guys are the largest Dodge dealer in the state, aren't you?
10 years.
10 years.
You're number one. Yep.
It's number one volume-selling Dodge dealer, the largest. If you want a Dodge truck, if you want a Dodge, it's very simple. Jim Janicelli, Colorado Springs Dodge. Hey, thanks too, Jim. 719-475-8550. They're in Colorado Springs. 719-475-8550. Adam, I want to finish up with one thing. The only way you could come up with some form of diminished value, okay? Or I'm sorry, John. The only way that I can think of, you would have to find a vehicle with the same miles that has not been wrecked, and then you would have to somehow tell Carfax what is on your vehicle, which you don't want to do to begin with, and then you would have to go see what the different trade-in values from a dealer would be. I have no other idea how you would do it. And that's going to be very hard to do. I'd sit down with them. If they offered you 4, you can probably get 5, right?
I would think so. Something like that, around those lines.
Sit down with them. Here's what I'd use, too.
I've not seen online.
These guys love their reputation. And I don't know if this was a mistake or it wasn't, but I'll tell you this. You might throw around that you called up the show, you didn't say their name, you didn't say anything about it, but you know, you really do want to reach a deal and you think $5,000's a little better or 6 or whatever, but that's about it. 303-713-8255. We got to take a break.
That was good.
So is Ed going to send in his stuff?
If he gets $5,000 back, I'm pretty happy.
Why didn't he say that to start? That they've already admitted that they, you know.
I think he was going to tell me his entire conversation with him.
That's true. You kept cutting him off, Mark. He would have told you.
I think $4 or $5,000 is a pretty good deal.
I think so too. But plus, none of the information's on Carfax, so when he goes to resell
Well, it wasn't under yet. It still may be there.
Yeah. He's just going to pull it. That's $100, right?
No,
You can call my shop. I do it for nothing. It takes 10 seconds.
What were we waiting on Shortline?
I don't. We've already done the teams.
We're done. There's nothing more done.
He's got to get with his extended warranty.
We're good with Dan. Well, hold on. Dan will talk to him. Just recap with him what he needs to do.
The extended warranty is based on the purchase price, but $300 sounds cheap. Usually they're about $1,200.
A 90-day powertrain warranty or something for $300.
Yeah, that could be true.
Yeah, I've seen those.
PrivateInternetAccess.com.
So it may pay $2,000 or $2,500 towards.
What was the car lots? JD Byrider? Those were like leased up cars, and they were like
JD Byrider.
biggest pieces of shit. I mean, they really, oh my god, they sold.
That's why you pay your car.
Well, but I felt bad because they were using people that didn't have any money. They bought a freaking Chrysler Cordoba.
You know who I've had second thoughts on? The something ride, the sharpest ride.
Yeah.
We got some complaints on them. We got probably 3 complaints in, let's say, a 6-month period.
Okay. Yeah, they do. They're stickers.
They moved so many cars, and I had no idea. I did not realize how many. Compared to
I know that.
3 complaints is nothing. They do a great job. They do a great job.
You ought to go by there. Their shop is amazing. And how they were able to do that where they are.
Where are they at?
Like south of Evans.
Is there one location?
Yeah, one big warehouse district.
Oh.
You never drive by it. There's no reason to go where they are.
Oh, okay.
But somehow, and they got a huge shop.
Wow.
They do all their own work in-house from what I understand. And, you know,
wow.
Pretty good operation.
If that line 4 is asking about private internet access, it'd be cool if he asked on air, because I would like to tell people about that. Oh, okay.
You know, the biggest problem, I think, the complaints they get, people want to go there to buy the BMWs, Audis, all this other stuff.
And there's a reason people trade them in at a certain amount.
They got a ton of them with 80, 90, 100,000.
I said this to both of you guys before. I remember an Audi coming in, and it was an A6 or A7. That fucking thing had 4 cats on it, maybe 6. I don't remember. Right. It was the craziest shit ever. I priced it out. There was no aftermarket. We're not going to weld this shit.
Yeah, direct fit.
It was like $7,000. I was like, there is no way I'd ever buy one of these cars. There's no way.
Well, BMWs don't have an oil dipstick.
Or probably a transmission.
You know, so you gotta, but you have no idea whether it's got sludge or anything in it because you can't get a sample.
I'm still
you
the
gotta hook
idiot.
your scanner up to it to
Check
check
his
the
oil on trips. When we're driving to Vegas, I literally, when I gas up, if I've been driving that vehicle for 5 hours straight, I check the oil.
Every time, not the transmission though, but the oil.
Just the oil.
Yeah,
That's pretty smart.
I do the same thing. Yeah.
Only on when I'm in town, do it like I haven't checked my oil for probably a year. There's no reason.
Just look at the oil.
That's what the oil light's for. That red light's been on forever. It says it's fine.
Isn't red good?
Yeah, I'm sure these guys agree. This stuff's been over-engineered in some of the cars. It's way over-engineered.
My car steers itself, dude.
Oh yeah, I had a Buick that did that, where you could let go of the wheel and it would just go like this in the lane. It would just bounce off the stripes in the road.
Really?
Yeah. Stops it. And the other cool part, when I'm on a long trip, I'll like set the cruise to follow the car in front of me, so I can set the distance. So I can go 6 car lengths back. If it slows down, I slow down. If it speeds up, I speed up. And then it brakes automatically, but it goes all the way to this. Let's say you're on Santa Fe. You're doing 60. I'm locked into Dan in front of me, okay? It'll stop when he stops, keep the same distance, and then start going again. And it'll steer itself.
Well, it has to see the lines in the road, though.
Yeah, and it's got to be over... for the auto steering, it's got to be over like 20 or so. Yeah.
But the auto steer is weird because I've tried it just to see if it would stay, but it didn't. It would bounce off this side. It would steer this way. It would bounce off that one. It wouldn't just stay in the middle.
Wow.
Because it would compensate and it would go till it sees the line again.
All right, 303-713-8255. Jim's got a comment on diminished value we're going to go to. Ray has an issue with a Ford Mustang. The windows won't go up. That is a pretty good issue. Maybe not right now, but it could be an issue very soon. And then Steve got a shingle check. What is a shingle check? What does that mean, Suzanne? What is a shingle check? Did he have shingles?
You and Dan were talking about it earlier before the show. He had his shingles for his house checked, an insurance question. You said it was a good
he got the 2 checks.
It's a great question. That is a great question. Basically, he's going to ask us, is this fraud? That's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be a good one. That one I do like. Adam's got a question about me.
He sure does.
That's odd.
It's funny.
That's odd. I wonder if he's like,
Nah, he's a good listener, Mark.
Adam, what's going on? What's your question, sir?
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Adam.
Hey, earlier you mentioned that you went to military school.
Yes, sir.
I think your parents are due a refund. And I'm pretty sure they didn't teach fashion at that school, did they?
I am never.
You had to get that. You had to figure that.
This is a great shirt, though. Look, if you're on, seriously, this is an awesome shirt. Columbia. I love Columbia sportswear.
So hard to iron.
Oh, like I ever ironed one shirt.
My new steamer's coming today, Mark. So it's a present for you.
Yeah. So Suzanne doesn't iron. Okay.
Not those shirts.
There's these devices that send steam out, so it takes like 10 seconds. So if I never look like I have ironed clothes, that's why. Because I don't. I simply
your
don't.
Own, Mark.
Okay. That's all right. All right, listen. We've got a lot coming up, and I mean a lot. Ray, Steve, Jim, one line. Nope, that line's taken up. I don't even know what to say. Everybody hang tight. We've got a lot to solve. We're going to try to get some money. We're going to talk about William, who still needs some more donations coming in. Everybody hang tight. It's Car Day. It's the Troubleshooter Show, and I'm Mark Major.
You're brave taking calls about you.
Yeah.
I keep laughing at that one guy that called in the time. What? You get drunk and cut your own hair?
And then Suzanne hates that because then I always bring up when she cut my hair. Oh my God, I thought that was the best idea ever. We're at Walmart and they've got this kit for $14.95, man. It comes with the scissors, it comes with the comb, and it comes with a VHS videotape. Teach you how to cut hair.
What could go wrong?
I pop it in, she watches it, she gives me a haircut. Fucked it up so bad it was crazy. I end up down at Supercuts or wherever.
I had a flat top for a while, and you got a maintenance house. Obviously, my mom, she passed, but I remember I was at her house, and she picked up the shears like this, and her hand was going, and she didn't have a shaking problem, but she's like this with the shears. I let her do it, but it didn't come out good. Her freaking hand was shaking like this because she didn't want to mess it up.
I got curly hair. And it's just different all the time. I don't know how else to put it.
Humidity, yeah.
So, when I was a kid, it would drive me crazy. I was trying to grow out long hair like my friends had. So, I bought this product.
It doesn't work.
I bought this product made for black people and black hair, Afro product. And it's a straightener. And it smelled like acid. It had the worst smell ever. But I put it in my head, and my hair felt completely dead, but it was straight for about a week. And then it just like, all of a sudden I wake up one day, and it's like, all the chemical just went out. But it was like the reverse of a perm.
Yeah. That's classic.
Your hair felt dead.
It felt horrible. Dude, it smelled dead.
Well, have you ever smelled when the women used to do their perm?
Oh, yeah.
Perm the whole house.
I don't think
it was
they
so
do
strong
perms anymore, do they?
Oh, no, I remember my mom doing it, and that stuff stunk.
Yeah,
I remember that too.
Yeah. Oh, it was horrible.
Oh, did they vote? Calls for delay.
Are they?
Nah, they're calling for delays.
Oh,
wait.
What's the
Senator Jeff Flake calls for delay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he was one of them, one of the four hanging in the balance.
He said he
said
was a
earlier
yes
that he
last
was
night.
yes.
Oh, right.
They're adjourning 2 hours.
He was a yes this morning.
Yeah.
He's a flake. Well, he's leaving, right? He's leaving.
That guy they're showing there, I don't really know who he is, but he's got to be on his last leg. He has a hard time just speaking anymore.
The guy who's chairman of
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. He can hardly read.
Yeah.
I was telling Ross this morning, not on air, but just there, I have just got to, I don't know why it bothers me so much, so I got to just separate from it. It just irritates me.
I have Bryn Ivinson on broadband. Well, at least they're gonna.
They're not voting.
They're not voting.
Oh, I thought they were. I thought they were voting,
They
but.
this morning they were.
Blake flipped. Blake is the guy
No
flipped.
pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he.
What do you do? What do you do?
When working at a growing business.
What do you do? Kavanaugh, I feel horrible for him.
The buying toner for the coffee machine.
Yeah, what a mess.
It doesn't matter because over the next week they'll find something else.
So
They might be
that's
better
right.
off just putting that woman up right now and just go. I wouldn't put any man up. No way,
But
man.
even the woman, she's very anti-abortion.
I don't care what she is. They're not going to get her for rape. But, well, maybe they will. I mean, who knows?
They didn't do what's his name? The last one. What was his name? The last guy from Colorado. He was from Colorado. Gorsuch.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but he was replacing someone like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to tip now.
No. But this guy's like him too.
Who?
Well, he was a Kennedy.
Yeah, but,
Kennedy
he's
was
not, but he doesn't, he doesn't rule from the bench, by feeling. He rules by,
No, it's because of the placement. This literally changes the court.
for quite a while.
Yeah, because they're young. I
For a
mean,
long
generally speaking.
Yeah, because even if, they get...
But I just got to quit. I just got to quit even. It's like,
I can't even watch.
There's not much I watched yesterday, almost the whole thing, man, and I just like, I was just so, my blood pressure, everything. So finally I'm just like,
I'm a news junkie, and it's nice you take a week off and don't watch it at all. And it changes you inside. You feel.
It does. You're right.
It is just
weird.
When we were in Hawaii, I didn't listen to any news.
You gotta take a break. I was just on a golf trip down here south, living up, and we had 5 straight days of golf. I didn't watch any news.
And it's really too bad. The way this country. I mean,
but even Dr. Ford didn't want to do this. She didn't want to go in front of the Senate. She did not want to come public.
Did you hear Feinstein yesterday? Because when they asked her who leaked this, I didn't leak it. My staff did leak it. Did you ask him?
Right. Yeah, right.
And she asked him right now.
That was funny.
Yeah.
How about the one that came up and she was in college going to high school parties 10 times, and there was the rape train 10 times. But
oh, wait a minute. This says
she's a flake like flake.
Panel backs Kavanaugh along party lines, even as Flake supports floor vote delay. So what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, so
it means nothing.
He's trying to CYA.
Did he vote yes?
Exactly what he's doing.
Watch live. Senate Judiciary Committee approved Kavanaugh's nomination in 11 to 10 vote.
So he voted yes, but the guy suggested a delay. Well, that headline sucks, because that headline did not tell that story.
Well, that's kind of 1 foot here, 1 foot there.
It's still a delay, though.
Yeah, but he voted yes. That's all that matters.
He voted yes to have the vote, but recommended a delay.
Which is fine. I don't care if all of them did that.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even care. I'm glad I don't have to vote to vote.
That can make a significant.
No wonder they don't get anything done.
I like how the box is clear and the MSNBC is all fuzzy.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
The picture.
It is funny thinking how, you guys remember Air America was like a liberal talk network. They had multiple different personalities. It's just so weird how liberal talk, it never took off. They put a lot of money into Air America. There was big stations around the country carrying it, but it just never, for some reason, it just doesn't work. I don't know why.
They don't want to talk. They just want to be
They don't need
outraged.
it. Look at the
they
major networks
don't want to
that have
discuss facts. They don't want to have open conversation. You know, that's the problem.
That's why it doesn't work.
Yeah. You know, they want you to believe what they believe or you're wrong.
We hate liberals.
No, just,
so they
just close-minded liberals.
Well, no, they did. They voted it.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino. The Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. You know the drill. We solve problems, we answer questions, we take complaints. It's card day, and my goodness, we're kicking butt and taking names today. I do want to talk to somebody real quick, though. Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. Brent, I haven't talked to you for probably about a week. You are a busy man. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I need to understand something on a custom term mortgage. You ready to answer this question?
I am.
If I want a 10-year mortgage, can Ideal Home Loans help me?
For sure.
How about a 15-year?
Absolutely.
A 30-year?
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you one more that I don't think I've ever even asked anybody. Is there such thing as a 40-year loan?
You know, there's not a 40-year mortgage any longer, but you can go with any off-term between 10 years and 30. So 12-year, 16-year, 17-year. You know, where this really works well for a number of people is if you are somebody who has paid off a significant amount of your current mortgage. You want to take advantage of rates. You maybe have some things you want to handle, but you don't want to go backwards. You don't want to add years on and set yourself back. With our custom term mortgage, you don't have to.
And that's the coolest part. So what he's saying, listen to this. You have a 30-year loan. You're 15 years into it, or let's say you're even 20 years into it. You want to pay the house off quicker, and you got a little more cash flow. Maybe not, depending on the mortgage rate. You might not even need more cash flow, but you could convert it into a 10, pay the house off 5 years earlier, and how much money could you save in interest doing that?
No, it's easily 6 figures in payments and interest.
It's massive. Add up your 30-year mortgage. I'm begging with people out there to understand what interest is. If you have a 30-year mortgage and you can afford a little higher payment each month, I'm telling you, get a 15. Your house will be paid off 15 years quicker, but the amount of money you save on interest is the part that's mind-blowing. Ideal Home Loans, custom term mortgage. They've got rate guarantees. These guys, it's like shopping with cash, too. Brent and the gang down there, if you walk around with your realtor looking for a house with one of their lending agreements, it's like shopping with cash. Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000. Folks, save that money. If you got a 30-year, just call them right now and see how much you can save. They'll do the math. It only takes a few minutes. 303-867-7000. Thank you, Brent. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, folks. We've got a lot going on. Jim's got 2 comments, diminished value and the Hyundai warranty. Let's take that real quick. Let's do that. One line open, 303-713-8255. Jim, what's your comment,
Hey,
sir?
Mark. Well, first off, about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, I was hit by somebody, and the other driver's insurance offered me, let's say, $8,000 on a car that was worth $20,000. And I asked them, what about diminished value? They came back with a phone call half an hour later and said, okay, you're right, it's totaled.
Oh, okay.
So,
very cool.
So that was taken into account. Secondly, on the Hyundai, a question and then a comment. Don't most Hyundais, isn't one of their selling points come automatically with a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty?
No, here's how it works. The original buyer, so the first person to buy the vehicle, and every person to ever own the vehicle, gets a 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if it's the original owner, he automatically gets, or she automatically gets, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Now, there's one more thing here, though. If I buy new Hyundais all the time. If I trade mine into the dealer, which I almost never do, but if I do trade it in, and it's under 60,000 miles, they will do what they call a certification. I believe it costs them about $500 to do this. So they end up paying the manufacturer, Hyundai, about $500. Hyundai, in exchange, lets them sell it and keep that powertrain. So you still would have the powertrain even after the 60.
Ah, okay.
And most dealers, not dealers, most manufacturers have something similar.
So here's the comment. Since it's probably an aftermarket warranty that he has, you know how those things have every out clause that they can, I will bet you that somewhere in there it says that because something was not done to manufacturer specs during the service, it voided the warranty.
Yeah, they try to pull that a lot. I have a feeling, well, this guy doesn't have a warranty on that Hyundai because he didn't buy it from a Hyundai dealer. So what we got to figure out is, A, does he have an aftermarket? And he only paid $300 for whatever. When you pay $300 for a warranty, I can't imagine I don't know what it would cover for $300. They're unheard of. Most of these aftermarket warranties are $2,000, $3,000. I mean, for all we know, it covers his hubcaps. Hey, I appreciate that call. 303-713-8255. 303 Martino. Ray, what is going on with your Mustang?
It's the windows won't go down. I changed out the motor. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. We're listening, Ray. So you went out, you bought a new motor. Is it getting power? Did you check for power?
Well, I've had several people check it out, and they say that they can't make heads or tails out of it.
Guys, tell me if I'm correct here. You're going to have a window regulator. You're going to have a window motor. Sometimes it's one unit. And then the other thing that it could be is the switch. And depending on where, in other words, it could be the master switch. Or, Ray, did you lock your windows with child lock? Is that possible? I just thought of that. Did it happen?
I haven't even checked that. But, I've had to check my different,
Were the windows working up until a certain point, or they've never worked?
Yeah, they worked before. Before I changed the engine out, they worked.
Oh, man.
Now neither one go up or down.
So you can't figure out why the window doesn't go down, but you installed your own engine.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, what could it be, though?
You got to check power first. It could be anything.
Absolutely check the fuses. Another common thing on those Mustangs, too, is where the wire comes in through the door. You have the door jamb harness.
Yep.
Yeah, but if it worked before he did the engine, what would it be?
Just
anything.
Basic
electrical, ground.
Just check powers and grounds.
I think Mark's right. It could be the wires going through the door jamb. You pull a little cowling back, you can see them.
Hey, Dan, I know what else it could be. You know what? I just thought of this, Ray. You know what it could be?
What?
A loose nut behind the wheel.
A loose nut behind the wheel, maybe so.
So, well, I mean, he should just get something to check the power or the ground going to the switch and to the motor, right?
Well, just start at the motor. If you got power there.
Or the main switch that they were talking about.
Well, no, what I was saying is, let's say it was your rear passenger window. I'm just making something up. It actually goes through that main switch at the front where the driver is and has its own at the back.
I see, because, you know.
Now, are we sure? Hold on, Ray. Are we sure they're powered windows? Is there this little lever?
Yeah, they got a button. They used to go up and down when you press a button down, and they go up when you press it up.
How long would it take you guys if you drove it? Where are you located, Ray, basically?
Well, the car's in Pueblo. It's my daughter's car.
Oh, forget it. If it's in Pueblo, you're not going to... I was going to say, I bet he could tell you in about 5 minutes what it was, right?
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. Honest, accurate. They're a little outside of Pueblo. They're in Colorado Springs, but I guarantee Jesse down there could tell you real quick, too, man.
Okay, maybe I'll bring it down. You know, I've seen on YouTube that if you hold the button down and you slam the door, they work, but tried that, it didn't work.
I'm glad you put that engine in, too.
Did you kick it?
Yeah, kick it. All right. Hey, thanks,
Well,
Ray.
the engine runs good.
Well, that's good. I'm busting your chops, man. It is kind of bizarre, though, thinking well, he doesn't even have the car here now, though. So he's trying to help someone troubleshoot it over. It sounds pretty rough. All right, 303-713-8255. I love this question Steve has. Steve, I want you to tell everybody what your question is.
Basically, I got a roof warranty on a new roof installed in '07.
Yep.
And had a roofer come out and said it was worn out, thought it was 30 years old, and said, you know, it's under warranty, it's only 11 years old. And he said, that's materials, contact the shingle supplier.
Who was the shingle supplier, by the way?
I would rather not say right now.
Okay, that's fine.
They're a very well-known company.
Okay.
And so pulled a couple of samples off and sent it in. And in the meantime, had some other people come out and look at the roof for inspection, and they all were saying hail damage. So I said, okay, well, let's contact the insurance company and have their adjuster come out and take a look at it and get the story straight. They came out and said, hail damage. I said, okay, well, we'll start that process. And meantime, the manufacturing thing was going through, you know, didn't hear much about it, wasn't expecting much from them, but figured, you know, why not? And so the hail insurance company for the hail damage sent me a check, and, you know, the process that goes through that with no problem. And then a couple of weeks later, the shingle manufacturer sent me a check saying definitely materials issue. And
guys, think of this. So he sends it in. He thinks he's got a warranty issue, which he probably did. He sends in a sample of the shingle. The manufacturer sends him a check for how much was it, Steve?
About $4,000.
Sends him a check for $4,000.
And then materials voucher for the defective materials.
Then in the meantime, so the $4,000 was almost just for labor, right?
Correct.
Meantime, he has a hail claim that he turns in to his insurance company, and how much do they end up paying out for the whole new roof?
Well, minus deductible, about $7,100.
Did you get to use the voucher? The voucher they gave you?
Not yet. Actually, I sat on the check from the hail damage claim, just, you know, getting bids and so on, and then the other check from the manufacturing defects came in after that. So I'm sitting here with two checks thinking, I don't think the second check is one to use. I should be using the one from the material manufacturing one. But then other roofers are saying, oh, no, you get to use both of them.
I don't know why you wouldn't use both of them.
Well,
honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't. Now, if you have a moral issue with it in your own brain, that's fine. But it's possible you have both. It is very possible you had hail damage, and it's very possible the manufacturer who makes the shingles knows what they're talking about, and you actually had a damage claim. It is possible. So are you struggling with the moral question of it?
Somewhat.
Well, I might not be your best compass because I'd cash both.
And legal. He's also illegal.
What do you mean he's illegal?
No, also legal question.
I don't. Well, first of all, I don't. I'm not an attorney, so I don't answer legal questions. But what I'm saying is what I would do. I wouldn't be worried about it either. If the manufacturer sent you a check, did you sign anything with them? Did you like write up something and sign it saying? I mean, what did you do?
That was part of the claim process for manufacturing defects to sign off and agree that everything was correct and which I sent that in. And,
okay, did you lie on the form?
No.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. So why do you think the people that make it don't know if it's defected? Why do you think that?
Well, I think they've had other issues with that particular series of shingle, and after examining it, they agreed and, you know, settled with me. But again, that was after I had already gotten the.
Okay, I want to ask everybody in here. Kevin, what do you do? Do you understand?
What does it cost to put a roof on? Has he gotten quotes?
$7,100, right?
Well, actually, it's closer to $9,500. Deductible and so forth.
All right, so it's going to be about $9,500. You have a check for $7,100 and a check for $4,000, right?
Well, roughly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kevin, go ahead.
I'd be on the fence too. I feel what he's feeling.
Okay. Yeah. So you wouldn't, or you'd be?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'd soul search. I don't know.
Dan, what would you do?
I would check with my insurance company just to make sure, and then go ahead and spend it.
I don't think the insurance company's going to care. What are they going to care? They said there's hail damage.
They did.
I mean, that's it. The insurance company sent out an adjuster. The adjuster said there's hail damage. Why can't... Good. I guess, Kevin, I want to go back to you. I guess, why would you think the manufacturer that made these shingles doesn't know their own product?
No, I'm not saying they don't, but...
It's very possible to have both issues going on, is what I'm saying.
Sure, but it's a double warranty, basically.
That's the way I'm seeing it, too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so let's say it is a double warranty. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. The double warranty isn't covering the entire cost.
No, I think he should get his cost covered and maybe not use the voucher if that evens everything up.
Hold on. I want to ask Mark, and I'm going to ask our other guest here in a minute on this. I don't know, but listen, here's what I do know. Fix It 24/7. George Donaldson's been in the business for over 20 years. These guys are incredible, and they've got two things going right now. I love this one. $39 or free, okay? $39 or free. What does that mean? You'll get a licensed, insured, background checked, HVAC tech or plumber sent to your house to diagnose any problem you have. You've had an electrical outlet that's not working and you finally want to get an idea of how much it's going to be. You might need a new panel and you want to get a quote on it. You have a slow drain that's been slow forever. Anything you want diagnosed, $39. $39 or it's free. Here's where the free comes in. Let's say you just need that drain unclogged. They'll do it for $89 and you won't end up paying that $39 as well. So it's either $39 or it's free for any diagnosis. Imagine that, though, an electrician, or actually, no, I'm sorry, a plumber or an HVAC tech out there to be able to tell you that. The other thing I want to tell everybody right now, and this is a little off subject, I'll give you Fix-It's number in a minute, but winter's coming up. We go through this every year on the Troubleshooter Show. If you wait for that first snow to check out your furnace, it's going to cost you a fortune. It's literally going to cost you a fortune, and it's going to take forever. So make sure that stuff works. Have someone come out and look at it. Have one of the tune-ups done, and these guys will do a tune-up on it as well for $89 on your furnace. And this is a real, and I mean real tune-up. They usually spend 1 or 2 hours to do this, but $89 for the tune-up. But don't wait, because I promise you, as soon as the first cold snap comes through, that $89 is going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars everywhere. That's just how the industry works. Everybody waits till the last minute. Don't do it. Get it checked out now. 720-526-3939. Any diagnostic, $39. And $89 tune-up on that furnace before it starts getting cold. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
This report is brought to you by Walgreens.
Ask them.
Ask them what?
It's not really an insurance question.
Well, it is if they have...
You know what?
If the shingles were defective...
Hey, babe, can you get Compass on? I would like to ask Brian.
If the shingles were defective, and now they got to replace them...
Give me any instance how it would be fraud.
I don't think so. I'm cashing both checks.
If the shingles were non-defective...
It's on those shingles. It's a hail claim. A question on a hail claim.
Supersede your warranty, your insurance claim. Right. If they had known about the claim, would they pay the? If they had known about the warranty claim, would they have paid insurance?
Exactly.
So I'm trying to think how this would work. Let's see. What's another example we could use outside of this? What a car's got a warranty. So how would we use it in that phrase? It's very weird.
Say you come in, you complain about something that a repair one of us did. Okay, so we settle, give the customers money back, and then find out the customer got it warranted and got somebody else.
Exactly.
So
Just
now
like
you
this
got,
oil.
That's fraud. This guy didn't do anything fraudulent.
I don't know, but
that's like if I went.
Or did he?
If I bring it to you and me and you decide to tell my warranty company the alternator's out, they cut you a check for $300 and give me half. That's fraudulent.
No, that's fraudulent. I'm just saying, I did some work on the car, and he went against the manufacturer of the part, and then came back to me, and I said, you know what, here's your money back. I'm sorry this happened. And then 2 weeks later, he gets a check in the mail from the manufacturer for a refund on his repair.
It's still different.
How about this oil thing?
I don't think so.
Say this oil guy, he got the money from Jiffy Lube back from the engine, and then he took it over and got a warranty on it.
Have you experienced it? But that's known fraudulent. This is where a guy had two different.
I'm not saying he did anything.
There's some form of collusion. There's some form of issue with all these other examples because they knew about it. I guess you could argue he knows about it now.
But did he tell his insurance company that he filed a claim with the manufacturer?
Right. That's what I said. And would they have given?
And not that he did it fraudulently. He just didn't think to.
Right. That he.
You know.
Right.
Somebody said, call the insurance company and ask them.
Are we calling him? You should call him.
Well,
I'm saying that's what he should do. Call a business.
Well, no, I wouldn't call my insurance company. I would know ahead of time.
We're going to get Compass on and ask them because I really want to know what they have to say.
Now you're stepping in a whole.
He might have an agreement with his insurance. Here's what I'm saying. Here's where I would go. Literally, I wouldn't have any moral issue with it. If I knew I wasn't breaking any rules, I would cash both checks. If I knew I was, and I have an agreement with my insurance company that says if this happens, which I can't imagine, but we'll find out from Compass, then I wouldn't. So to me, it's very cut and dry. It's either allowed or not.
And because right now insurance company's paying for a whole new roof with a fraudulent shingle, supposedly.
Well, defective shingle.
Defective shingle.
Which claim was first? Did he send the shingles in before the hail?
He sent the manufacturer. Yeah.
It's quite the question.
Bad shingles before the hail then.
I love this question.
So the insurance says.
It's got everything, a little moral aspect.
No.
Legal
And
aspect.
to me, I don't care about legal. To me, it's the moral.
Well,
I don't want something that's
usually when you have your roof replaced, they're going to put the same shingle back on. Make sure you don't get the same shingle.
The guy with the truck, the guy with the Silverado. There really is no difference in value. He didn't even know that was hurt, but he's going to shake him down for $4,000 or $5,000 now. So would your morals do that as well?
No, I'm fine with that because they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Okay.
And that caused my dilemma.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't have any morals. Well, except for when it comes to running my business, Mark. I'm only kidding you there.
I don't know.
They can hear you.
It's scruples. I think scruples is something you put on a salad.
Sales prices do not include applicable state local taxes or recycling fees.
Ask him, is he a liberal or is he a conservative?
Man, I gotta get through these.
16K a day giveaway at 5 past the hour every hour. Weekdays 4 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I can't. I'm trying to really think of another. I'm dying to know what Brian's.
So they gave him $4,000 for the defective shingles, the manufacturer.
Yeah, and he had defective shingles since what year was it? 08.
07.
So he had shitty. He is owed some money if he had bad shingles on there for that many years.
I had no problem with that.
So there's the $4,000. You should get money for
Plus
it.
a voucher.
That's nice.
He's got the voucher to replace the shingles and the labor to install them.
Right.
So he's made whole, hail or not.
He's sweet. He's
made more than whole.
Yeah.
He's doubled.
Yeah.
Well, close.
He's whole plus.
He's got 2 roofing jobs.
All right, Revitalized Health, HormoneBros.com. These guys are really cool. They're down around Ken Carl and C470. It's well worth the drive if you don't live in that area, but it's right off the highway. It's easy to get to. But as we get older, I think with males, probably females too, after 25, 26, your body starts dying. I mean, that's just it. You're born, you grow up, you get in your reproductive years, and I'm talking simply from a human look at it, then you start to die. You know, by the time you're 30, really, you're on a downhill slide. It doesn't matter. You might not feel that way. But here's what they're going to do. This is pretty cool. They can check your testosterone in about 20 minutes on site. It's very cool. Think of that. They can tell you what you were supposed to be, and they can tell you what you are. Then what they can do is a BioT package. It's pretty cool. They figure out the amount of testosterone you're lacking. The older you are, the less you're going to have, and with women, estrogen. So either or. What happens is they create these little pills, and they're so tiny I can't even tell you, but they slow release. They put it right under your skin, usually at your buttocks, and it over 3 to 6 months, depending on how much you lack in testosterone or estrogen, it releases. It's crazy. And Tom has been doing it for years. Tom is 60. How old is Tom now, Suzanne? 65?
Yeah, I remember he just signed up for his senior citizen stuff, or his Medicaid stuff. Medicare, pardon me.
He'd love hearing this one. But seriously, he's been on BioT for years. If you see Tom in person, and if you ever go to a seminar or something we're doing, honest to God, he looks like he's in his 40s. He's got very good muscle mass. He looks great. It's incredible, actually. He works out 3 times a week. He has all the stamina his wife can handle, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm telling you, straightforward, these guys down here, the Hormone Bros, can check you out if you've been feeling a little, you know, just go out there, get revitalized. You'll be shocked how low some of these levels can be. So they do other stuff as well. They do collagen and Botox and stuff, but the BioT product is very cool. Check out HormoneBros.com, HormoneBros.com, or give them a call, set an appointment right now, 720-361-2302. Now, Brian Burns with Compass Insurance, I've got a question for you, sir. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. This guy had some problems with his shingles. They were installed in 2008. He takes a sample of one of his shingles and sends it into the manufacturer, okay? Meantime, for whatever reason, and I really don't care why, but meantime, he calls a roofer, and the roofer says you have hail damage. Okay, I think he was seeing little granules on the ground. You have hail damage. So he turns in a hail damage claim, and the insurance company comes out and says, yep, you got hail damage, and I think they gave him a check for $7,100. It's going to be about $9,000 to redo the entire roof with labor and everything. The insurance company said we'll cover it. So he's going that route. Meantime, it's been weeks and weeks and a long time, and all of a sudden the manufacturer, after they examined those shingles that he sent in, the samples, say, yeah, these are defective. Here's $4,000 for labor, and here's a voucher for free shingles. So follow me here. Now, I want to see where I don't think the roof's actually been done yet. Let me pull this up. Hey, Steve, the roof has not been done yet, though, right? You're just sitting on a check from the insurance company for roughly $7,100 and from the manufacturer of the shingles for $4,000, correct?
Correct. The manufacturer check I already deposited, but I've held off on the hail damage insurance check just because it was insurance.
Brian, and when I recap that, Steve, is there anything that's pertinent you want to throw in there?
No, you've got all the information.
So, Brian, what do you think, man? Is there any form of insurance fraud going on here? What do you think? Give me your thoughts. I'm going to ask, I don't care about a moral stance at this, and I mean that, I do, but the first thing I want to know is there somewhere in his homeowners that says, if this ever happens, you know, you can't do it?
Yeah, no, trust me, there would be nothing in the policy that could address something this specific, but I guess the question, let's put the moral side aside, you know, since you don't want to talk morals, Mark, we'll talk about...
You're killing me.
What about this $4,000 you received and then the shingles are going to provide? Is it enough to replace your roof?
Not entirely, no.
It'd be close.
It would be close, yes. It'd be a couple
the equivalent of basically doing it with the deductible on your home insurance.
Yeah, because his deductible sounds to me like it was around $2,000, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, so I guess my thought on this was I understand the situation you're in. You basically got coverage twice on this.
But Brian, hold on. I'm trying to persuade you. Since 2008 till now, he has what the manufacturer, and you would think they would know their own shingles, has said are defective shingles.
Right,
which he paid for.
Happened because of
that.
It.
No, but I don't know. I don't know if they have or not.
I don't think he's suffered a loss of quality of life out of this deal. But
how many times have you had to sweep up the granulates that have fallen off?
I'm still sweeping.
See, he's still sweeping.
here's my thought. Let's take aside that part of it. My thought here is, okay, you could probably get your roof replaced for about the amount that you've got from this manufacturer. You could, if you went this route, and the only justification on this from a financial sense would be you stop the claim with the insurance company, say, well, I don't want to proceed with this. It goes down to a zero pay claim, so it's not going to have any effect on your rates. So you end up not having a surcharge on your policy because you went the route of going with the manufacturer.
Brian, hold on a second, and listen to what I'm saying. When we lived in Castle Rock, we had a big hailstorm. Almost every neighbor got their new roof put on. I did not. My rates still went up. It did not matter.
Yeah, no, you're right. As a general rule, everybody's rates are affected by insurance claims, but you would also, if you would have made the claim, your rate would have gone up even more.
Do you think he's in I don't think he's in any form of a breach of a contract with the manufacturer, although I don't know what he signed or sent in, but let's say he's not.
No, I
Do you
agree.
think there's any breach when it comes to the insurance? So, is there any rule that he's breaking is really what I'm trying to figure out. He didn't do anything intentionally.
I don't think off the top of my head, at least, that I could find any technicality in his policy that would preclude him from being able to do this, because the only thing would be that he could miss out on.
So you agree with me, is what you're telling me?
No. I probably would turn it back in.
Nice
I would
try.
probably just go with the manufacturer part and then not make the claim. I wouldn't use the insurance to try to profit off the deal.
Steve, I hope we gave you all kinds of different ways here. I mean, with the exception of calling up one of our attorneys on referrallist.com, I'm pretty much out of ideas. By the way, Brian Burns, Compass Insurance, these guys are absolutely great. They saved me a ton of money this year, and I mean it too, a ton of money, and I've got teenage drivers. If you have teenage drivers, you call up Compass Insurance, 303-996-9000. You send them the declarations page. They're going to tell you how much they can save you. They're incredible. A lot of people in this room use them. The other one I want to talk about is Art of Granite. Mitch Floria is one of the best guys out there. He has been to our house. He's done our upstairs bathroom. He's done our mudroom, which is a bathroom and a big sink thing, and he's helped us with our kitchen on some repairs for the granite. This man knows what he's doing. His guys are great, and if you get the kitchen done, he can generally, in most circumstances, do the bathroom for free. He's got a great selection of stone down there. He's got a lot of great stuff. But you can check him out at artofgranite.net, artofgranite.net, or give him a call right now. He'll send someone out. Sometimes you can take pictures, send them to him. You'll get an estimate as well. 303-386-5919. And while I'm thinking of it, Century RV. These guys are great. I got to tell you about them real quick. They're the largest Cougar dealer in the state. Give them a call right now. Right now, you can save big time. It's the time to buy an RV. Summer's over. You're not going to get a better deal. 303-453-1111, CenturyRV.com.
This is...
Here's another twist on that.
Well, here's what I do. I'd cash both checks and then get a much better shingle and get that nice snow melt stuff.
So he had these on for 11 and a half years. Right. Guess what the warranty was? What? 12 years.
Oh, wow. I don't have any other things for you, do I, Drew?
How do you know the warranty was 12?
He told me that.
Oh, wow.
And shares of NVIDIA are on track for the...
I mean, after hearing Brian's analysis, I think he's right. You got free shingles, you got the labor.
That's the question. This was not a moral
But it wasn't
issue.
the whole time. But let me ask you this: you're getting
okay. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this: when your insurance company comes out and says, "Okay, we're going to give you this much for the roof," and does this, and they know damn well you also have other damage, like on your deck, on your windows, and they don't fucking tell you anything.
I'm going
you
through
don't
it right
think
now.
they try to bend you over every time?
I'm going through it right now. I'm actually having my roof and my gutters done at my house in Johnstown.
We laugh about it, but we'll send out our public adjuster to look at shit. They usually get double. If it's a $20,000 claim, they'll end up getting 40. And you don't think the insurance company does that? I don't feel bad for any insurance company.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have cashed those checks. I just have to say Brian had a good point.
If I wasn't breaking any agreement, I'd cash both.
I would get a much better shingle.
So he had told me, and he didn't bring it up here, he had those shingles on for 11 and a half years. The warranty on the shingle is 12 years.
Well, I think who cares?
No, what I'm saying is that's a pretty nice Manufacturer. Yeah.
Well, remember, it doesn't cost them a ton. I mean, the product costs them
Well, $4,000.
Well, the $4,000 is the real money out of pocket.
Yeah, it probably cost them $200.
God, it is. It's just crazy, though. I would love to know. It's all going to come down to the policy. Does it say anything in there that you can't do this?
Yeah.
And then it's going to come down to whatever he filled out for the warranty and sent in. But even if he signed saying there is no hail damage, he didn't know at the time. But if he did do that, if he signed something saying there is no hail damage, then I'd say he can't take
He
that.
brought up a roofer, and they said, hey, your roof's wore out.
And if those shingles are really cheap, and you get a better one, you're saving the insurance money some money down the road.
I guess the only question is, what if the shingle manufacturer somehow, after that transition is done, tells his insurance company?
Hey, see if you can get Jay Bratz.
Yeah, but they're not going to know his insurance company.
Jay, if you're listening, answer.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the insurance company had no clue that he contacted the manufacturer. I'd cash both checks and just get a better shingle.
I
think the roof that we just got on our house.
I fought with
I got a 50-year warranty.
family or whatever on my car. Oh no, Liberty Mutual. I fought with them. Their driver hit me, destroyed my car. They started at $14,000 for my hybrid Sonata. I ended up getting $24,000.
Wow.
If it was almost anybody but me, they would have screwed them for about $10,000.
And how were you able to pull that off?
I didn't need the money. Usually, why people settle, they got to buy a new car. I said, well, I'm not taking it. I said, then find me the exact same car. I'm even good with that. And I knew they couldn't. I said, just find me the car. Find me a car that's got similar mileage, and we'll do it.
You just broadcast, Jay, call me, and it happens.
What is who came on? Jay? Jay's so good.
I want to ask you.
Well, actually, Suzanne.
I know.
Okay.
Mark just speaks it out into the air, and it happens.
Automatic dial.
Oh, it drives me crazy, man. It's so. I wish I had all the contracts in front of me.
Here we are. I expect a 5-star review.
Well, that guy.
I can't. Okay, I got really lucky. I can't tell this story right now. Damn it! I got really lucky one time. I got money back twice.
Oh, I can tell you that story.
No.
Hey, I bought that story.
You don't own that story.
Have you ever heard of the roofing company called Restore? They're down here somewhere. That's who's doing that. And the owner, or the part owner, came and met the Allstate agent while they did the inspection to make sure they didn't skip stuff.
And what's the warranty in the shingles?
My house is only 3 years old, so it was a 30-year shingle.
Yeah, I got a 50-year.
Yeah, I saw that. No, there is no.
But they're much thicker. These shingles are much thicker.
Throw them in the trash.
And that Jiffy Lube thing.
How would you come
with the radio steel bell, it just beat the shit
One
out
of
of
those
stuff.
fire engine demo saws, you know, the big
Jaws of life.
Yeah.
Actually, the jaws of life would cut through a tire with no problem.
You just put them in the field and burn them.
What's that?
Yeah, that's what you do.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what. My son knows this guy. He takes tires, cuts them up into pieces, and puts them in his fireplace.
All right, 303-713-8255. I'm fascinated still with this guy that got the check from the warranty company that makes the roof shingles, and he also has a hail claim. So I had to get Jay Bratz and get his opinion. Jay Bratz, Excel Roofing, one of my favorite people. Jay, have you been following this, or do I got to recap?
I've been listening, man. I've been listening.
What do you think, my friend? So, I don't know, what's a good manufacturer? 3M? I don't know, give me one. Cornell. Or
Certainty is the manufacturer that this is normally happening with.
Okay.
And I have been involved in the same exact kind of deal before, so I'm familiar with it.
I can't believe it. I knew it. Here I am calling Compass. I should have called Jay first. So what do you do, Jay? Can he cash both checks?
A lot of times the manufacturer, when they're giving you money for the labor and the credit for the shingles, that's not quite enough to get the deal done.
That is correct.
$10,000 is an average cost. And a lot of times on these deals, the manufacturer will only pony up like $8,000.
Got it.
So it's basically a break-even proposition for the roofer. So then, if you wanted to try to go that route, you would almost have to dip into the insurance funds to make the deal profitable and make it worth somebody's while to come out there and do it.
To do it.
Yeah,
but
that's the problem right there.
So you don't think there's any issue with him keeping the $4,000 from the manufacturer and keeping the $7,100 from the insurance company and getting his roof done legally?
Well, he is.
No, I don't want to ask you legally. I want to ask you, what do you think?
He's going to have to provide an invoice to the insurance company more than likely in order to get the depreciation money, that holdback money. So then all of a sudden a roofer gets pulled into the deal and has to write a fake invoice in order for him to get all of his money.
Well, then we're getting into a fraud.
That's it.
Well, okay, and I said that from the beginning. If there's anything fraudulent about it, I'd never do it. But it comes down to, man, if okay, fine. Let's say he doesn't care about whatever the holdback is because he's got $7,100 and $4,000 from the manufacturer. So right now he's literally sitting on about $11,000 and a coupon for free center teat or whatever shingles they are.
Mm-hmm.
So labor's not going to be. He's ahead of the game right now by quite a bit. Do you see any issue with it?
He's ahead of the game. The one issue that there might be, Mark, is he might have had to sign some kind of an agreement in accepting the warranty.
That's right.
That he has not filed an insurance claim.
Yeah, that is true. But here's what happened though, Jay. He sent in the samples to the manufacturer. They sat on them forever and a day. In the meantime, he figures out he has hail damage. He goes through the insurance process, and he forgets all about the samples he sent in, and boom, the check's in the mail, and he opens his mail up. There's the check and the coupon from them.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's that moral dilemma. That's what it boils down to. It's a moral dilemma.
That's right. I will give you that. It's a moral dilemma, unless if he signs something saying that he has no, but if he did sign it, he had no knowledge at the time. It's crazy. Jay, I appreciate it. Anybody out there needs a roof, it's very simple. Excel Roofing. What's your motto, Jay?
You don't pay a cent until you're content.
You know, what other contractor, think about that, what other contractor says that? It's very, very ballsy. No offense out there, Jay, but it's crazy, and he sticks to it. Jay, thank you, sir. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. 303-713-8255. I have got to blast through calls. Jason, what is going on? Jason.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Monday, I guess my question is, at the end of what I got to say is if I have a leg to stand on, because this kind of still irks me about Monday. So what happened is me and my wife went down to Littner Chevrolet down in Canyon City.
Littner Chevy, okay.
Right, to go purchase a truck.
Okay.
And
what'd you end up buying?
I didn't. This is why I'm ticked.
Okay.
So what happened was we got down there, to make a long story short, we got down there, got numbers together. I called my bank for financing, and bank wasn't the number, so I told the salesman, I said, you know, what's the number? And he looked at the white piece of paper that they always write on and said, here's the number right here. And I looked at the number, and it looked small to me. It didn't look right. And I looked back at him with my bank on the phone. I said, are you sure that's the right number? He said, yeah, that's the right number.
Jason, let me ask you this. What's your problem? What happened? I mean, is it a finance question? What is it? Try to put it in one sentence.
My problem is finance was fine. My credit got ran 3 times because I feel these people were incompetent.
I got you.
To give me a final price.
So you had multiple hits on your credit?
I got 3 hits on my credit with 5 different end result prices.
Okay, that's what I wanted here. Hold on a second, all right? Now we know what the question is. Hold on, I got to flip-flop him around. Hold on. All right, 303-713-8255. We're gonna come back, and I think I understand what he's saying. Are you over 62? Why do I ask you that? Because reverse mortgages. It's a tool that if you need some money, you can get, but you got to ask yourself a few questions. Do you have equity in the house? Are you over 62, of course? And do you want to live in that house for as long as possible? And do you want a line of credit that you can dip into if you need it? Or maybe you have an existing mortgage right now, and your goal is to get rid of that payment each month. If you meet the criteria, you can get into a reverse mortgage. And it's pretty cool in a lot of ways. And it works for a lot of people. Other people it's not great for. But if you call Approval Reverse Mortgage, Joan Sullivan, they will spend time on the phone, tell you what to expect. They'll give you every bit of the information you need. It's a really cool product. If you want a little more money and you want to stay in that house forever, or you want to get rid of a mortgage payment, 303-771-3528. 303-771-3528, or check them out on referralist.com.
This report is brought to you by Walgreens.
It's a slow drop.
Are you guys going to do a special?
Yeah, I got one. This old timer.
Didn't know I had one, but yeah.
He took a
I'll just ask you guys. Tell me what I ask you.
a hacksaw, cut up these tires. He would put them in the stove, you know, the enclosed stove, and burn them and kill them. Yeah. Well, neighbors started complaining. It smells like shit. Well, yeah,
Well,
smoke
just
is
the
black.
tar in the chimney.
Yes, it will also do that too. Well, he's got a little sweeper, so he does.
I'm all for self-sufficient.
I mean, I remember years ago when we first moved up there.
Look at this, guys. Come over here.
I bought some coal and started burning coal in one of the stoves. But man, it stunk.
The Reinhardt tire pile.
Yep.
It's been on fire.
Oh,
it's still on fire.
Oh, you
right
can't
now.
put them out.
You can't put it out.
You can't put it out.
That's underground.
Where's it at? It's everywhere. It's above ground, underground. It's been burning for like 15 freaking years. Remember in The Simpsons opening the hill fire? That's where they got this shit from.
Yeah, I thought it was underground.
Coal fires, they'll burn underground.
Right.
Denver today for terms and conditions with promise and warranty. While you're there, find out how you can get a $250
No, Goldfinch fire,
I've never heard of that one.
And it's Mount Firestone, ignited in Everett, Washington, burned for months as the fire department was unable to extinguish it.
That was tires though, right?
Yeah. Here's the world's 9 worst tire fires. Rubber's a real bitch.
Oh, yeah. But you know what they do over in Africa? Is put it around people and start it on fire. I'm serious.
Oh no!
They put
a
tire
around
someone?
No, Escobar did that. The drug dealer.
No, that's a common thing going.
It's common.
Well, when I say common.
Yeah, like what they say, like
you don't
in
pay your
Iraq-
electric bill, we put a tire on it.
in Iraq and Afghanistan, when the oil fields are burning, you know how they put them out? Stick a dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a long special about those guys that went around and started those fires on that.
It's a technique. It's just not just stick of dynamite. It's a technique.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they got a.
That's Red Adair and.
Remember that John Wayne had the
Yeah.
Red Adair movie.
Yeah. It's a technique, though. It's just.
You have to have the explosion in a certain spot, then you got to be ready to cap it.
Exactly.
Or else it comes right back.
Okay.
But you starve the oxygen.
That's what you do. You blow it right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
including personal care
But then it's,
and light housework. You'll select your professional caregiver.
they ended up doing that years before they thought they were going to put out all the fires. They thought it was going to be like a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
They did it out in a year.
Oh, they did it in like a third of the time, yeah.
America's choice.
And
It was like one guy that, it was his company that did them all.
Well, it was several. It was Red Adair. It was Boots and Coots, and then
Yeah.
I mean,
There's some famous guys that were doing it, so yeah.
But they were getting, sprayed on by oil. That even the military people over there, they were just like black when they had to walk through that. That's a bad deal.
Where's that big tire fire, Mark?
You got to do your update on
Where's
the
that
story.
tire fire? That picture. Where is that at?
I'll tease it for Monday.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
We're gonna try to get that car away on Monday.
Which one? The Saturn?
Yeah.
It's a nice car.
Is it ready to go?
Yeah. Yeah, we just put a water pump on it because that's the only thing we found wrong with it.
Where'd you get it from?
Customer donated.
Mark, did the donations come for that guy? What's the donation amount?
Total.
I have no idea.
If it's not in a book,
I don't
I'll be
see
happy
any
to
of those emails.
donate $250 or something towards it. I don't want to. I'll do that.
I gotta say that again. I'm gonna update both those things.
Does your home's curb appeal need an update?
Sure needs to
Forget
be all
the
along
paintbrush and ladders. Instead,
I wish we
choose
could get that for
siding
$1,000.
Mastic
I'm having
vinyl
fun.
siding from Plyjet.
Good.
America's
Yeah, good to have
leading
you back
vinyl
on track.
siding. With Mastic solar defense technology, you can
Well,
choose
glad
the
to have you.
darkest colors
I
available.
I expect you to stay a little more on time next time.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
Visit mastic.com/Denver today for terms and conditions with promise and warranty. Find out how you can get a $250 rebate.
No, Fort Lupton? Right.
To the Play 630 K-House.
Light football. Support.
You can hear from the Michael Brown Show. This
Place is going up there like crazy, man. The
Oh,
freeway.
that's what I've heard. But it's really.
Yeah, she was expanding dorms as fast as they can build them.
Oh.
It's crazy.
All right, a couple updates I have to get to. I've got
Someone, actually Moose on line 3, wants an update on the storage case. So what happened is, woman calls in. She couldn't afford to pay the storage bill. They gave her plenty of time. There's really no issue with the storage company, but they ended up auctioning off or selling her units. All she wanted out of there, she didn't care about the furniture or anything else. She wanted the photo albums, the kids' clothes, the stuff any mother would want. So here's the update. They are putting everything aside that doesn't have any value except value to that woman, and then they're going to tell us how much they want for it. And long as it's reasonable, we've got how many? We've got. I'm not even going to say them.
People wanting to make donations.
Yeah.
Mark, I didn't want to take them until we had a number.
Yeah. So we don't know. We don't know how much it's going to be, but I assure you, we're going to make them reasonable. They try to squeeze us. It's not going to be a deal, but. The bottom line is she's going to get her stuff back. It's going to take a little bit of time. The woman that bought these units buys multiple units, sends other people in. So basically, we got to them quick enough to where things weren't trashed, at least not that we know of. All right, the other one is William. He's our cancer patient. Listen, please, 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 I beg of you, donate some money to this guy. We're trying to get up around $3 grand. We've got to find him a place to live by next Wednesday. This guy has stage 4 terminal cancer. He's not in good shape. He does have income. He can afford $1,500 a month. I verified this with money coming in. What he can't afford is out of pocket right now, the first month and the security deposit, which is roughly $3 grand. Suzanne, you just told me something cool we might have found.
Yeah, we might have found a cheaper place with a lower deposit amount, and we're just trying to reach William for that. But
very cool.
Help at troubleshooter.com.
Yeah, help at troubleshooter.com. Please, even if it's $10, $15, every single penny goes directly to what we're talking about. I vetted this guy. We had Big Bear Flooring donate $300. In studio with me, Bill Hawker, Hawker's Automotive. He's donating some money. By the way, real quick, specials. Mark, quick.
Yeah, we got a couple of specials here. We got a $150 transmission service. It includes changing the fluid, the filter, and the pan gasket. We also have this 4-wheel drive service, which I really like. Changing the fluid in the front differential, rear differential, and transfer
all
case.
the fluids. How much?
What, $200.
For all of it?
Correct.
Okay, Kevin, you got anything you want to do?
It's the same thing we keep running, the free alignment check. People love it.
Can't beat it. You go to discount, you buy tires. If you got new tires, get your alignment checked. Get it checked. It'll wear out. It'll cup. It's no good. And then last but not least, up north, Hawker's Automotive up in Fort Collins. Give me a good screaming deal. Be your first one.
Well, I'll tell you what. You guys mentioned Tom Martino's show. Either one of my locations will do a 1995 lube oil and filter on most cars, obviously.
Yeah.
And we offer pre-purchase inspections, which is really helpful for people, sure.
Very cool. 1995 oil change. You can't buy the parts. I say that all the time. Just go to Walmart. Look how much 5-6 quarts of oil, the filter, the washer fluid, the labor. You can't even touch it. They do this, of course, so they can get to know you. You can become their car shop. Hawker's Automotive, Budget A1, great special. Kevin Calkin. Free alignment check is always good. I used to get at Goodyear, we charge $49 for an alignment check. All right, Jason, this dealership. So here's it. You did not buy a vehicle from them, but you pulled your credit. Now you see it 3 times on your credit, right?
Correct.
That'll work itself out. Okay. And it'll work itself out way quicker than you think. And the only reason I know this is I went through something very similar less than 2 or 3 months ago. We bought a new vehicle when my daughter turned 16. I went through, I financed it. It was like 1% or whatever it was. It was an unbelievable finance deal. But they checked it with about 5 different banks. So when I pulled my own credit report, which I do once a year about a month after that, I saw all these inquiries. And my external score, I'll call it external, the one that I see, like if you have a certain credit card, you can log into Capital One and see like your credit score. Mine dropped because there was so many inquiries. About a month or 2 after that, it went right back to where it was because eventually it caught up. I never did a loan, and I was shopping for the same product. So in other words, it's just like shopping for a mortgage. Eventually, the credit agency understands you were just shopping for one car, and it was dealerships, either multiple dealerships or one, running it through multiple credit unions and multiple banks. Does that make sense, sir?
Absolutely.
So it'll catch up. It's not going to be a big deal. I appreciate it. Ken, you want to know how to cut up tires and throw them away fast and easy. That's the craziest question. Is that truly your question?
That is correct, sir.
Don't do it. Don't put them on fire and burn them either. You can't. Tires are... You can bring them... What do you guys pay to get rid of tires these days? $2 a tire?
Couple bucks, yeah.
Yeah, there's places you can bring them. It costs you $1 or $2. But no, man, you can't throw them in your trash. Literally, you're breaking the law. You can't do it.
Well, even if they're cut up, you can't throw them in the trash?
No, of course not.
Why?
Well, because it's rubber. I mean, you can't do it. I don't know why. Why? Okay, that's a good question. Why can't you throw them in the trash? I have no idea. Honest to God, I really have no idea. So, but I know you can't. I know our trash guy, he'd never take them. I don't care if they were cut up or not. In fact, even when you get those big 40-yard dumpsters, if you're doing a construction problem, the one thing you agree to is not to put tires in there. All right, listen. Help at Troubleshooter.com to help our cancer guy. Any amount helps. Help at Troubleshooter.com. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Looking for auto rip?
Okay. We'll see what happens
Have
with the
fun,
small
boys.
playing
Yeah,
field.
we had fun having you. I'm glad you're up there.
Good to come in. Mark, really good seeing you.
You guys are all right.
Awesome.
Mark, thanks, man.
You got it, man.
Pleasure meeting you.
You too, sir.
Great time.
Hope you had fun.
Okay, I'll let you guys know next